Uinta Basin High School football coverage on VTV and Strata Web View. Presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, and Western Petroleum.
Welcome to Uinta Basin High School football action presented by Strata WebView and VTV Cable Channel 6. In high definition on Channel 706. Visit our website vtvchannel6.com for the season broadcast schedule and coverage details. We missed the opening kickoff. It was deep and out of the end zone. The Longhorns received the ball, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. The first play is a 6-yard run right up the middle. Going to be second and about 4 to go here, Brian.
Yeah, it's good to be back for another year of high school football action here on VTV, as you mentioned. Starting it off nice and cool here in Altamont. We just sat out a little rainstorm. It seems to be clearing up, but now we got to deal with the wind. Definitely going to be a factor in tonight's game. The soggy field with this rain, with this wind, is going to keep it on the ground, I'd imagine.
Handed off and hit right when he got handed off to, but he pushes forward with the help from one of his friendly linemen for the first down.
Number 2 there, Kyle Foy. He's a familiar name from last year. He's a senior this year. He's bumped up a little bit, packing on 200 pounds on that boy.
Boy, he was a good player last year, just improved. And did you see him driving? Even after the hit, got down low and just started pumping those legs. You see the referee signal on the first down. Like to see those chains moving early like this. That gives the Longhorns some confidence. They haven't started the season well, but, you know, we're talking about a team that knows the system they play in. These guys have played for 4 years, you know, like Foy. They know what they've got to do to get to the win here tonight.
Yeah, they had a rough start, like you mentioned, to this year's. Looking for the W the first time. The first game was a non-region game. Actually, they played a 2A school. And then the second one was out of state. They played Lyman out of Wyoming, lost that one 40-0. So they're looking for, this is their first region play. They're also looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, right there, Foy got the ball, and the wet field has already played a factor. He went to make that cut and just slipped down. So they lost a few yards on first down, so they're looking at first and about 14. Another handoff to Foy. He's a workhorse so far for the night.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, though. They did a great job of wrapping up his feet. Wasn't able to get too much there. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 14, as you mentioned.
They moved the chain, the marker up about a yard. Yeah, that's one of the difficult things is you've got a stud there, but if you run 3 straight plays to him, then they're going to just stack that box up and make it hard for him to get clear of that line of scrimmage. You can hear the wind.
Yeah, the wind's whipping out here.
Wow, you know, last time we came to Altamont, they cooked up a sleet and hailstorm for us. It's August 31st. It feels like it's middle of winter.
Hit right as he caught the ball there. Great job as Slayton Thompson, caught the ball almost to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring a 4th and about 11. I imagine they will kick it away. It's probably going to hover up in midfield for about 10 seconds with this wind.
Well, the wind's going right in the face of the kicker right here. So,
for 23, Alex McKay. Mackey or McKay? Back to kick.
Nice clean snap. Good blocking.
Straight up.
You saw the wind stop it, but he got pretty good distance out of it. It's going to roll to a stop at about the 46-yard line. And they do blow it dead there. That's about as positive as a result as you can hope for. Wet field, wet ball, wind right in your face. Gives the other team great field position for their first possession.
Yeah, right at midfield.
Yeah, sometimes on a night like this, you win the game based on field position. So, VTV, Channel 6, and Strata TV's coverage of Uinta High School football action is presented by CrossFit, Ashley Regional Medical Center, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, and Western Petroleum.
Number 80 right up the middle, shakes and bakes and comes up with 9 yards on the play.
Boy, really.
Jake Stanford.
Yeah, really good blocking there right at the line of scrimmage. It just opened up. He didn't get contacted till 5 yards deep.
I think I said number 9 on that. That's actually number 8, Brody Strong. That's their big workhorse. You're gonna hear his name quite a bit throughout the night.
Yeah, and what you shot, the formation you saw, Brian, there was 4 wideouts. It forces the defense to spread out. Mm-hmm. Then if you get 1 or 2 good blocks on the line of scrimmage, that really plays into that drop play working out very well.
Try to get him to jump there. They were able to hold off. Looking for an out pattern. Guy wide open.
Well,
number 24.
What a well-designed play. It was basically a pick. The wide-out receiver came across and essentially picked the slot receiver's defender off, which opened him up in the flat, and then it was up to him to just run and gain about 20 yards on that play.
Yeah, it's Stephen Harp with the reception there. Great job. I think they've given him about 15 yards.
Boy, that was just a well-designed play, and it puts him down there. First down, it looks about to be at the 15-yard line.
We've seen a couple of different formations now just in the few series that they've been out here. This time going to go back to Strong right up the middle, right off his guard's left side, and he's able to come up with about 2-3 yards on the play.
The old pro set, 2 receivers, two running backs in the backfield, and the quarterback. Quick handoff, and he comes off the left side, gets about 2 yards, like you say.
Like I said, Strong, he's been putting up some big numbers. Of course, they've blown out their competition in the 2 games that they've had him. Trying to see some of the. He's had 17 carries on the year for 209 yards. That's 12 yards a carry, and good for 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
So he's definitely the guy to go to. And oh, good job!
Well defended by. Oh, and he thought about a lateral. Boy,
forward,
that could get dangerous.
Forward lateral in that case. This guy was ahead of him, but he thought about it.
Yeah, he put the ball out there and then wisely reconsidered and brought it back in. But that was another well-designed play, and they've run successfully up the middle, so the little fake handoff freezes everyone just for that half second enough to get him open. Picks up another 4 yards. Are going to be about 2nd and 2 to go for a first down. 3rd and 2, excuse me. They got a whole lot of open field, and they come up with that triple. It's kind of the old Air Force wing formation.
Plenty of blockers. Good job turning it inside.
We got a holding call, and the referee got real excited with that flag. He made about 10 yards with the flag, and the run only went for 1 yard. So
82 there for the Longhorns. Drew Gilbert, he was able to turn that play inside and do it exactly what he was supposed to do as a defensive end. Turned that inside, and Strong didn't hold his feet. Slippery out there. And
yeah, he went to make that cut and just ended up on his side. I've seen that happen to all sorts of guys wearing cleats. Yeah,
you get them packed with grass and everything else, and you can have $120 pair of cleats, but if they're packed with grass, they don't do you any good.
Yeah, and these guys aren't like the pros who can go in at halftime and put in 1.5 inch long cleats instead. They have 1 pair.
Yep.
Have to deal with what they have, so. The holding call sets them back 10 yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 12 yards. And it was pretty clear they manhandled one of the Longhorns right at the line of scrimmage.
A 2 out to the right side. Sends a man in motion. Out to the left. Strong in the backfield. He's going to field it out. Didn't even.
Oh, just missed him.
His corner didn't even see what was coming there. He thought it was a run. He didn't bite. His guy was wide open there, but fortunately overthrown.
Well, gosh, you got the mistake of looking in the backfield, and by the time you look in the backfield to see what's going on, your guy's 5 yards past you. If you're in isolation on the left side here, you just got to go. You know, if your receiver goes with you, you got to go with him. You can't give him a free run like that. They are going to go for that, huh, Brian?
No, they got the tee out there. They're going to try to kick it.
Well, they got the wind at their back, so that's not a bad play.
What do we have
here?
He's
kicking from about
45 yards.
He's kicking from the tees on the 25-yard line.
35 yards.
Yeah, so he's about a 35-yard, which in the high school level is a long kick.
But he said he has the wind to his back. It's up.
He's got
the distance. It's good.
It's good, yeah. Boy, he would have been good from another 5-6 yards farther back. Yeah, he looked like he had the right stance and everything. And I think the Longhorns did the old bend but not break right there.
That was a great job. I would take a field goal over 6 any day, you know. And so with 4:55 left in the first quarter, halfway through this first, we're going to step away so you can have a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back with the remainder of this first quarter.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Again, we're at the Altamont Longhorns. They're playing host to Summit Academy, the Bears from Summit. That's a hard word. Summit Academy.
Summit Academy. We never did get this clarified, or did you, Brian? It said that they've won their first 2 games in existence. Does that mean they're a brand new team and these guys?
We don't know if they've realigned boundaries. I've got the coaching staff. We'll try to get an answer from for you guys here next time. But it sounds like this is a school that's been in existence for a couple of years, but this is their first year for football. Sometimes with newer schools, they take a little while before their student body's up high enough to support all the different sports. So this is their first year in the football arena. So far, coming in with a demanding lead into this season. Like I said, they've blown out the first 2 teams, the last one by 81 points. So the Altamont Longhorns have a long night ahead of them. They're going to hang with these Bears tonight. Handoff right up the middle.
Sorry, Brian, I had to step away, but you may have said, I'm going to repeat it if you did already, but
I probably got it wrong. Go ahead.
Summit Academy was 2 years old. Did we do this already?
No, go ahead.
2 years old. So, yeah, I step away, and then I miss whatever you're saying. First year of the football program. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, the way these guys look out there, looks like they've been playing for years together,
They do a great job. Oh, let's see. That was Goodrich on the carry. He's good for about 3 or 4 yards.
Oh, and he broke through the line there.
That time it's Foy.
Boy, and he's packing a punch with 200 pounds, head full of steam, and he got his shoulder down there, and he gave the punishment. It was not him hurting there.
That brings up third and about 4. Deep in their own territory still. They're trying to scratch the way to midfield. One out to the left. They got Foy in the backfield. Goodrich along with him. They're going to hand it to Foy.
Boy, and he just gets gang tackled by 3, 4, 5. He didn't have a chance making that corner.
Talon Gines was there to lead block, and he just had too much beef that he was up against. He had three big old linemen he was trying to push out of the way, and unfortunately wasn't able to clear that hole, and Foy got a whole mouthful of bear there.
Well, and you see how hard Foy is to bring down. 3 guys on him. He didn't go down. They just called it dead, as he was going backwards. CrossFit, one of our sponsors, they have some things they'd like to talk about because they think the myth is that CrossFit's only for elite athletes. That's false. It's for anybody who wants to get in shape. Check out the new CrossFit gym, CrossFit Avenue, out on Vernal Avenue.
That's almost the exact same spot here where this ball was spotted in the last series. Back to about the 45-yarder. That time, punter there, 23, Alex McKay was able to get underneath the wind, more of a line drive, but spotted about the same place. So the Bears will take over now with the 45-yard line, their own 45.
There's some dirty laundry on the field, though, Brian, so it looks like they're going to step it off in the Longhorns' favor.
Was it clip or?
And we have a first down on the 41-yard line. Might have run into the kicker. I missed it. I was still talking about.
I was looking over here where the ball is spotted. I should have been paying attention to the referee here.
Well, and usually we have that beautiful high-definition TV up here, but thanks to the weather that Altamont cooked up for us, it got put in the trailer.
Goodrich sacked or brought down for a loss of about 1. Well, they're going to spot it back to the original line. So it'll be second now and 10 for the Longhorns. Yeah, like I said, it's been really nice, lately in Vernal and the surrounding areas. But I think Mother Nature found out it was football season, so they had to
Cooked
come
up
up
some
with
fall
some
weather,
nasty
huh?
stuff.
Yeah.
With the chill in the air.
You think back to your playing days, would you have it any other way?
No, it was the way to go.
Oh, look at that hole for Foy. He goes for
Great
a first
job.
down. Nice 13-yard run, but it sure helps when your line gives you 7 yards untouched.
Shake and bake, man. You see him going, then he rolls on top of a player to get another couple yards.
Yeah, that's just smart running. You can't really coach that. Sometimes the guy takes that first hit and stops moving his legs. But Foy, with some intelligent running, and used the body of another player to, like you say, get about 2 more yards out of that.
So for the first time here in this game, the Longhorns find themselves in the opponent's territory. They're right past midfield.
Oh, and I like this play.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
option, and
Nice
it's
job.
beautifully run.
Nice job. Hold on to that ball.
Steps out of the first tackler and very near another first down. Oh, wow. Very well-designed play, and they're keying off on Foy. So, this was just the kind of thing they needed to kind of change the direction of how that defense is playing.
We have an injury, or they're going to spot it?
They're going to go ahead and give it the first down, yep.
Alex Mackey, I think is.
Yeah, it was pretty clear it was a first down. Well, of course, I'm a home crowd, home cooking here. Looked to me like a first down.
Okay. Great job by the quarterback there, like you said. Fake that option. Great job by Foy. They're rolling them. They just got to keep punching it right now. They got the momentum on their side. Counting down 50 seconds, though. They got to hurry up and get on the ball, or it's going to switch sides here.
Well, and you know how much this game's about confidence and runs. And right now, the Longhorn offensive line has a lot of confidence. They've had some fantastic running here. And you see that happen often in the sport of football. You get a big penalty, a 15-yard personal foul penalty, changes the direction of a game, a possession, a half, whatever. And look at this.
Job.
Oh, wow. And, they're lucky to get him. Yeah, they got the first down.
Like you said, it's a lot of heart, because watch when these linemen come to the line. These Bears got them by at least 2 or 3 inches and about 50 pounds. So
yeah,
these little Longhorns are pulling their weight and pushing these big guys around.
Yeah, these Longhorns, though, they've been lifting bales of hay since they were, a year and a half, so they're not afraid.
Wrestling steers and lifting burning cars off of infants.
Yeah. I heard about that. Look at that hole, another big hole.
Oh, yeah. Good job. Right as the bell goes off to close this first quarter, they're going to change sides.
We're going to take a break here. Word from our sponsors. We'll pick up the action of this Uinta Basin High School football coverage on VTV Channel 6 and Strata WebView here in a moment.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of the same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Here at Altamont High, they play host to the Summit Academy Bears. They've had a great drive so far. Our statistician, is that the official name for Dave here?
Yeah, we have 2 Dave Ryans. One's the graphics guy. You see all those beautiful graphics on the screen. We brought along another Dave Ryan, a statistician. So for the first quarter, did they lose the football? Was that a called quarter ball back dive? Anyway, Altamont, 5 first downs to Summit Academy's 1.
Yeah, this last series has been great for them. They've been pushing that ball. They're getting into the red zone. The Bears are stiffening it up a little bit, trying to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, and you see the penalties. They've both been called for one penalty. The holding penalties probably saved a touchdown against, or for the, Summit Academy probably lost an opportunity for a touchdown with their holding penalty.
Oh, keep going, buddy. Foy keeping his feet there. He shook about 3 tackles, gain of about 5 on the play. It's going to be very close to a first down. See where they spot the ball there. It's going to be at about 3rd and
Jeez, it
inch,
looks like a foot or two.
Yeah, a yard at the most. So
Boy, and this is 2-down territory, wouldn't you say? I mean, you're going up against an undefeated team that's hung up 40-plus points on both of their opponents. Region play. Do you settle for the field goal? I say you just keep going.
I don't think he'll have to. I think he's going to get it right here.
And he's got a whole bunch of help, and they stand him up, but the referee is about a yard past the marker.
He's going to spot it there.
Yeah.
Good enough for a first down. A great job by the whole team, got behind him on that one, literally, and pushed him upright and kept him from falling backwards.
You know, when you're an offensive lineman, this is your time for prima donna wide receiver stuff.
Yeah.
You're just handing it to the other team. You're dictating where you're going to run, and we're basically saying, "Hey, we're coming down the middle. Are you ready?"
Yeah,
and so far they haven't been.
1st and goal from about the 4-yard line. They're going to Foy up the middle, and he's got it.
Touchdown. Yeah, he was almost to the goalpost before any of the Bears touched him. So that's going to make it 6-3 with 10:24 left in the second period.
These guys are just popping off the line, these little guys. Like I said, the Summit's got them by at least 50 pounds, but they're just pushing them back.
That right there. What a lot of heart by the Longhorns.
They're going to go for 2. Their kicking game must not be very solid.
And
I don't
he
think
looks like he missed it by maybe a half a yard. And that's too bad. He just got spun around and couldn't keep his feet. I think that was Goodrich that got the ball.
No, that was Foy.
Oh, was it Foy that got it? Okay.
They were trying to do the exact same thing to this side.
Yeah.
But you wonder, it's very unusual to see a 2-point conversion that early on in the game. You wonder if their kicking team isn't up to par or if they were just trying to get the early lead.
Yeah, and where we haven't been one of the games this year before, sometimes on the high school prep level, you just don't have a kicking game. You don't have much. Their kickoffs haven't looked bad when they're out here practicing before the game, but I didn't see anyone practicing field goals when we were starting out. This game brought to you by L&L Motor. People you know, people who care. Become our fan and like L&L on Facebook to be entered in our drawings. I think they have a drawing for a Rubicon Jeep.
That looked pretty cool in the commercial.
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm going to put 100 likes if it's
yeah,
possible.
Shoot, I'll just keep hitting the button until
I
they
got to
kick
figure out
me
what
off.
Facebook is first. Doesn't that, doesn't all those things got to go hand in hand?
All these newfangled things these kids do these days.
Tweet. You tweet.
But there's a vulture flying over the field right now. He sees a few golden bears laying on the ground dead.
Well, that was an extraordinary drive. I mean, Altamont, they marched it all the way from, where did they start out? Oh, they had that penalty that saved them that punt that they kicked off. But
yeah, they started the drive on the 20 because the kickoff went out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got stalled. We went 3 and out, punted, and then the 15-yard penalty changed the complexion of that. So they took the penalty at the 42-yard line, and then it was on. They said it's our time. So here comes the kickoff. Boy, the coach has got a set of pipes down there. Did you hear him yelling? He's got something he wants to say.
The special teams coach, they're usually the loudest on the field.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit crazy to play special teams.
You're going 30.
I mean, you're running as hard as... Oh, that looked a little questionable, but good coverage there.
Got the corner right.
Yeah, and you saw Foy, he saw what happened. He chucked his water bottle down on the ground because there was a little bit of maybe on the rear side of the shoulder. Yeah. But, again, home cooking here. I'd like to see every call go for the Longhorns.
They're going to spot it about the 24-yard line.
Good return for the Bears.
25. Be 1st and 10 for the Bears there. I think they just got surprised on that. They didn't know what hit them. Like I said, these last 2 games, they've blown out their competition. They didn't know what hit them.
The offensive coach is saying on the sidelines, that's okay. Let's go get ours, and we'll put it back up. But right there, boy, a lot of these guys for the Longhorns play 2 ways. So
yeah, you can see Foy's out there.
So they're their confidence level's high.
Rich.
They look at these big old boys on the Bears and say, hey, we just had our way with you on the offense. Let's do the same thing on the defensive side.
Yeah, like I said, especially these smaller schools, they have to play both ways just because of the bench isn't that deep, so they have to play both ways. See the quarterback, Mackey's out there, and Foy and Goodrich and a few others, but they're gonna look to pass. He's got a guy open. Oh, almost touched by two.
Yeah, you look at that and you think that big old tall 81, I mean, he looks like he's 6 foot out there. He's towering over everyone on the field. It almost looked like it was actually intended for number 24, and he jumped up real high and tipped it, and it still got to 20, almost got to 24, and they're doing that. One's doing a post pattern, one's doing a flag pattern, and they kind of cross the defense. That way the safety has to make a choice on one or the other.
It's a big third down here for the Longhorns, 3rd and about 9 for the Bears. They only have one receiver out here. They brought one out in the flats before. They got one wide open. Nobody on him. He's got the first down.
Oh, he took a lick. And I don't know what the flag is.
Is he saying he was out of bounds, or what was that flag about?
Well, let's see if we can watch him. He changed his mindset on that hit. He's not so sure he's going to want to turn the corner that fast again.
Talent Glines.
We're going to look and see what the call is. It's going to be a holding.
Good job. They're going to take that back.
And that's a holding in the secondary. So that's against one of the receivers where they threw that flag. And maybe that was on the maybe on the run back is what happened there. So it's an illegal block in the back. Okay, I need to learn my terms. Holding is where you pull straight down. Yeah. If you push the hand out, it's a block in the back. Okay. Well, football 101
Where's
here.
my chart?
Yeah.
I need. Well, they're going to bring it back from, I think it's a spot of the foul, so you're going to repeat that third down. Big play for the Bears there. Big break for the Longhorns.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so far we've had out on that corner, number 10, I don't know his name. He's lost his receiver a couple of times. He's got to do a better job going with the receiver when he goes out in his patterns.
They need more help over here on the right side.
Oh,
he airs it out. Get up, buddy.
Inadvertently broken up, but I don't care how he does it. 82 lost that ball in the air, and he just kept running through it and hit his shoulder pad.
That's what they teach you, though. If you lose the ball or if you know you're not going to make it there, just put your head down and take 2 more big steps and just get in the guy's face.
Yeah.
And that's what Drew Gilbert did there and was able, like I said, inadvertently. It doesn't matter, hook or by crook, he's going to break up that play.
Very well done. Yeah, you're right. That is textbook coverage. If you don't know where the ball is, get your hands in the air, try to cover his face. Don't make contact, and well done.
They're going to punt this ball away.
And neither
short.
team is,
he doesn't know where the ball. He touched it right there, brought it down. It's not a smart play there.
Yeah, and that's the receiver's job. The receiver's job's got to be fanning them off, saying balls bouncing, and that could have been dangerous. Wow.
Well, I think Joe there for the Bears, he just kind of saw a ball and he grabbed it. That ball had another 10 yards to roll, but because of a little quick thinking or something, he grabbed the ball and called it dead. So they're going to take over here on the 45. I think that's where they're spotting the ball, 45-yard line. No, wait a minute, it's declined. Illegal motion.
Yeah, that's a good decline.
Don't try to re-kick it again. They have great field position.
Yeah, you got the ball at the 38-yard line. That's going to be your best starting position of the night, and you see how much that wind plays a factor in this field goal or this field position. And the Bears enjoyed it in the first quarter, and now the Longhorns have that advantage. 8:16 left in the period. Home team leads 6-3. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Oh, he's going to option. He decides to hold on to it. A smart move. He probably would have had it picked off if he tried to pitch it, but he's able to hold on, get him about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, number 35 for the Bears played that how you're supposed to play. And we've got somebody a little shaken up, number 11 on the Bears, but 35 got out on the corner, pushed the action inside where he had help coming across from the linebackers. Very well played by the Bears. 2nd at about 7. One of our proud sponsors of tonight's game, Moon Lake Electric. in operation since 1938, owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned.
Second about 7 now. They're going to do,
Yeah,
it has to develop fast. There's so much penetration there on the defensive line. That was a fake to Goodrich, I think it was. But number 5, the Slayton Thompson.
Yeah, and he got stood
got
up. Yeah, man, right when he got that ball, and he came back off the sideline, had to put one of his ear pads back in. You know you took a lick when your ear pads are dropping out of your helmet.
So whatever they did last series, the Bears have keyed on it, and they've shut them down so far. They got 3rd and 10 now for the Longhorns.
Well, you know, I was kind of saying that we didn't need to have the look at this. Right up the middle. He keeps his feet. Sheds the first tackler. He's got 20, 30, and just barely clipped him at the 19-yard line. Wow, I was going to say we got to get back to running
20,
up the middle.
30,
and
35 yards on that carry.
Did you have to count on your fingers and toes? I heard you over there going
off.
10, 20, 30.
I've been on the mountain counting cows, so that's what I got to point at them and count them off as I go.
Yeah, well, you know, that's fitting that you were counting cows this morning. Now we're counting cows with these Longhorns. And I was just about to say we got to get back to the bread and butter, running it down their throats up the middle. Sure enough, they handed off the 200-pound Foy, and he was off. They just barely caught up to him. And it looks like they marked him out at actually the 22-yard line.
So, 22, 1st and 10. They're going to go back up the middle. This time to Goodrich. He gets about 5 yards on the carry. That's what I think this key to this game has been so far, is they're just popping at the ball before the Bears can adjust to it. They're just going quick. The stuff that takes a little bit longer to develop is just not working because that defensive line is starting to push.
You know, one of my favorite things about working here with VTV Channel 6 and Strata WebView is the engineer, Brent Simmons, he's a stud. I mean, he takes care of us on everything. We complain about not having our high-definition TV. He comes out of his warm spot in the van and brings it up so we can see replays and everything else.
Right up the
middle, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
I was going to say, is that Goodrich again, or is that Foy? I didn't catch his number as he went through.
No, I don't. I think it was number 5. I don't know. Then, you know, now that
whoever it was, did a good job.
Well, and here comes the replay, and we're going to be able to see who it is as he stands up. Right? No, they faded back to live action as soon as we almost got his number.
Oh, jeez.
The good and bad of high definition TV, huh? You can't see what they don't play. Yeah, I think we found a little bit of a soft spot.
I think it brings up 1st and goal now. We're inside the 10-yard line.
Foy.
Straight in.
Jeez.
Bouncing off like a ping pong ball.
He scored twice standing up. You know, I mean, that guy he's a powerhouse.
Big boy.
And look at this, right at the middle. Goodrich with the block that made it happen. Goodrich just got in there on a lead block and stood up the guy, turned him off to the right, and the rest was history.
You go for 2 now to try to make up the missed first extra point. Try to even the score at 14.
Well, it might just be part of their offense, you know, and maybe that's something we need to have if we can find one of the coaches during the halftime.
Looking
We're
to
going
pass.
to throw.
He's got a guy wide open.
Oh, and he got it. Wow, you know, when you're not expecting any form of aerial attack, and here it comes.
And it's a flag on the play. I think this is going to be on the defense. I think there might have been some.
You know, and I gotta kind of apologize to Dylan Lindsay because
wide open.
Look what he does. He did exactly what happened to him a couple of times, and he went up and met the ball at the highest point and held on after he took a hard shot. And yeah, they're going to call it a kind of a roughing penalty because he scored.
Yeah, after the play.
Yeah, he'd scored, which I disagree with because he could have dislodged that ball on the hit. He didn't hit him with his helmet. He hit a nice clean shoulder hit.
Yeah, like you said, sometimes they dislodge it but. Great play by the Longhorns, brings the score up to 14-3. The Bears are just shaking their head. They don't know what's hit them so far. 4:54 left in the second quarter.
You know, and I have to apologize to the Longhorns. They don't know this, but on the drive over, I was questioning because I hadn't seen any of the games. You know, I made the question out loud, are they even going to score tonight? And not only are they scoring, but they're dictating the action at the line of scrimmage. That's where you win football games.
Speaking of this football game, I think you mentioned all of our big sponsors, but we'd like to thank them again: CrossFit, Ashley Regional Medical Center, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, and our last one is Western Petroleum. They've been sponsoring pretty much all of our events here. They're always a big one, Western Petroleum, helping out around town.
Well, and they just marked off the penalty, so they're lining up to kick the
kick
ball
a field
off.
goal from here.
and you know, here's Foy lining up from the 45-yard line off a tee. With that wind at his back, he might kick it through the uprights. You know, just take this play off, guys, because he's going to just kick this. And he gets a good leg out of it.
Into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. So the Bears will take over on the 20-yard line.
You know, that might have been a really, really good time for an onside kick. What are you going to lose?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
they wouldn't have expected it at all.
You know, if you kicked an onside kick from the 45, it goes 10 yards and you lose. So what? They started the 35. You know,
which probably would have been a decent return anyway.
Yeah, they started the last drive at the 24. Yes, I mean you're only essentially 10 yards from the last drive. Boy, that would have been a good gamble to take maybe right there. You never want to second guess a coach. It's easy to make those calls here, right? And especially when the coach has his team up 14-3 against an undefeated foe. You know, I'm going to go ahead and be quiet now and just watch the game.
Hand it up the middle there, number 8, Strong.
Boy, he's got some wheels, and you know, right there,
shaking and baking, and brings it back for another few yards.
Dylan Lindsay, he saved the touchdown. He did what he had to. He stopped him from, breaking outside that corner. If he'd made the corner on Lindsay, it would have been all she wrote.
20
right
yards,
there,
18 yards on that carry.
Yeah, and here comes Lindsay, and he just does what he has to until his team can catch up and salvage that. They get it all the way up to the 44-yard line. Big run back. They got a pass, and they do that crossover.
Oh, no, that guy's got some
and
horseshoe, horse collar tackle there almost. That's Strong. Like I said, he put up some big numbers in the previous games. They really got a key on him if they want to keep this under wraps.
Well, and you see that action happen, and it's happened a few times. They're going to take the slot receiver and have him head up the sideline, and the corner and the defensive back have to start talking to each other. There's some crossing action because the reaction's too late. 82 went in with his guy, and then realized that the cross was coming, and by that time it was already a first down.
Well, Altamont's going to try to take some steam out of the Bears' cells here. They called a timeout. We're going to kick a timeout, quick timeout. We'll be back. 4:10 left in the second quarter.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we try to wrap up this second quarter, score 14-3 in favor of the Altamont Longhorns.
Yeah, and right now it's the air attack of the Bears versus the running game of the Longhorns. And you see this pro set.
The guy in motion, he's going to, he's wide open too. He didn't bite on it at all. Got him. He's going to be down about the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
His corner just didn't even turn and run with him. I think he was looking for that run. Let him go and aired it out. Great catch.
Well, and he looks in the backfield. Got caught looking in the backfield and not going with his guy. We've talked about it a couple of times tonight, and it really cost us big. That puts him down at about the 6-yard line. And that's a hard thing. It's easy for us to talk about it, but he saved a touchdown over here.
They're going to go up the middle this time. Number 20, he's in.
Yeah, standing up.
20 there, Hines. Hagen Hines. I don't know if I have any numbers on him, but they have quite a few guys. Let's see. Yeah, he's so far had 12 carries, 91 yards so far. He's their second guy to go to. He's had 2 touchdowns. The average is about almost 8 yards a carry.
Boy, it makes it real easy when you're getting 8 at a time. And right there, he just took that initial hit, kind of shed it off his back of his pads, and then
It's a big dude.
Didn't touch anyone else until he was at the back end of the line of the end zone.
He's also the holder here on the PAT.
14-9 with 3:33 left.
See him telling the kicker to hurry up.
And it's good. That's going to make the score 14-10. It's going to be the Longhorns' turn. They've done well.
Yeah.
Don't get away from what's working. Yeah, I'll tell you what's working right now, and everybody in the stadium knows it. Foy up the middle. Let's see if they can execute or if the Bears can stop them.
Well, I think the Bears found their niche too in the air. This wind's kind of calmed down finally a little bit as the sun goes down, and they aired it out, and that's what really moved the ball. They had that big break there, that 20-yard pass they had that really changed the tide of this game. So 10-14, only a 4-point deficit now.
This game presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. They provide the most technologically advanced radiology services in northeastern Utah, including the Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine and the 64-slice CT scanner. Brian, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I understood a word I just said, but it sounds fancy. I'm assuming
rotary specs on the girder.
I'm assuming what that means is the doctor can find out what's wrong with you.
I certainly hope so. Probably costs an awful lot of money to run that thing.
Ashley Regional has 2 locations, Vernal and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Clinic offers full services, lab, x-ray, women's health, including OB services. Thank you, Ashley Regional, for sponsoring tonight's game.
I'd like to thank the Skycam showing you right there, Shaw. That's brought to you by Basin Rental.
Boy, you know, it makes a difference when you can see the game. You know, a lot of the high school productions, you kind of get that camera at ground level, and it makes it hard.
Right up the middle.
Boom!
Ball almost stripped. He was able to hold on to it.
Boy, and they converged in a hurry.
Thompson there.
Yeah, like I say, you got to have a couple of screws loose to be the guy running back at full steam into a whole bunch of white jerseys and blue helmets. I mean, right away you can see what happens. They just
that guy gets put on his butt.
Yeah,
and he goes up the middle.
We've all suffered a
Trips
little
on his own
whiplash
guy.
from being pushed over backwards like that before.
It's always better to have more grass stains on the front than on the back. That's what I try. Even if I have to slide on my stomach to put those stains there, it's always better to have more.
And here it is, right up the middle. Shucks the first. Oh, we got a holding call. Yeah, that's too bad. So far, the penalties have been mostly against the Bears. They've had 4 penalties for 50 yards. This looks like the second penalty for the Longhorns.
Holding against the Longhorns. We have an injury on the play. Is that? I was thinking that was there.
It's number 50. Number 50.
Drew Barnes. He's shooken up on the play. So they're going to march back 5 yards, going to redo that play. Looks like
we're going to take a little break. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, he's going to take a while to get up, so we'll go ahead and step away.
Western Petroleum is a local company that has expanded throughout the country, providing a wide variety of services, including fuel delivery, lubes, oils, and propane. Although Western has experienced tremendous growth, they continue to be committed to many events here in the Uinta Basin, including high school sports, rodeos, charity fundraisers, livestock shows, and they are an active member of the local chamber. As Western continues to be a leader in the petroleum industry and expand their service areas, they are committed to powering the promises made to their customers now and in the future.
good to see a player that's been on the ground on his back get up and walk off on his own power. Might have taken a little stinger there. And
yeah, he wasn't moving too much. He was on the ground, so like you said, it's good to see him up and under his own power.
You know, we all love the sport of football, and mostly we want to just see these young men get through the game, compete well, and injury-free.
1st and 20 now for Longhorns. That's going to be on their about 13-yard line, so they don't got a lot of padding in the back to mess around. They got to go forward.
Yeah, this is the time to stop bending. Yeah, well now we got to
Clock running at 3:10. Oh, good jump.
Yep.
A hard snap there, and they were able to get the Bears snap. They get it brought back up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Alex Mackey. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
I know we've had a couple of clarifications already, but he comes up, and I think coming out of that, the coach, you know, oftentimes, how many times you've been on the sideline?
Watch the ball.
Everybody watch the ball. Nobody moves, and he just does that hard bark right there. You see it, and here they come. Yeah. And they're all teed off. They've been off. You know, one of their players is on the ground, and they want to come back in and get back into the game. Excellent. Hard count. Makes it a little bit better, but still 1st and 15 from the 19-yard line.
Oh, that's too much time. They're trying to reset some time on the clock. It was
we got problems.
3:13, and now it was 31 minutes. And
well, we've got problems on our own scoreboard. We have Summit Academy 0 and Altamont 0, so everyone's having a little bit of difficulties. But
Dave, put the Triscuits down. Fix the time.
Yeah, you know, you get those guys in the booth, and they and here we go.
Great option there. Like you said, he's been keeping it so far. For Mackey, he's able to.
We got a timeout from the Bears. The clock did not move. It was at 3:09 at the time.
The ref asked to have 3:13 put back on the clock, and then it wasn't moved at all. So.
Yeah, when they came out of the injury, initially the clock keeper started it, and yeah, I heard you say clock's running, and it should not have started coming off the injury. And then they've put 31 minutes on now. They didn't start it, but.
Now it's 3. No, they're letting it go now. So we'll get this figured out. In the meantime, we'd like to go over some more of our sponsors. That Strata Web View is not only brought to you by Strata, obviously, but Techris Design is a proud sponsor as well.
And they actually bring that the live stream.
Mm-hmm. So you can pick us up. Our schedule's online at VTV Channel 6. You can pick out all of our schedule. We got quite a few games coming up. We got obviously Altamont here tonight. In 2 weeks, we're going to be at Uinta as they host Grantsville. Should be a good game. And then we find our way to Duchesne for Layton Christian.
Yeah, Layton Christian, that looks like a good team in the 1A division this year. After that, we got Park City at Union. That'll be a fun game.
2 of them, Wasatch Union, Judge Memorial, Uinta, Altamont, Duchesne. Right up the middle with Foy. Is he going to...
7. It's going to make it a short third and about 4 yards
This is going to be a big third because they just almost under 3 minutes here. If they can keep this ball and the momentum going into the half, it'll be great. They don't want to give the Bears the ball back before the halftime.
Before we get away from the schedule, my favorite game is the one we missed. It's the Basin Bowl.
The very bottom one, Union at Uinta.
And there it is for a first down. And Brian, what are we talking about?
21 there. That's
it, Goodrich. Yeah, Chance Goodrich right up the middle. And so far, it's the air against the middle running game, and we're having our way right now, right up the middle. No, true, the penalties, some of the mental mistakes that's happened from Summit Academy gave us a nice assist there, but, boy, they are getting yards up the middle against the interior of that defense.
They're going to try to get Foy. He's kicking it to the outside.
Oh, and he's got some speed.
One guy to beat.
Oh, and he slowed down. I don't know.
He wanted to be tackled.
Yeah, it almost looked like he should have just tried to make that corner.
I think he was trying to give a stutter step, see if the guy would stop.
Kind of bite right there on that tackle.
Lost his steam, but big play there.
Yeah, you watch him coming out here. And look at that. The grass helps us. 88 slips. And it looked
15.
like maybe he should have just tried to make that corner, but.
20 yard, 25 almost with the roll. 1st and 10 again as the clock marches down. 2:09 left in the half. Longhorns pitch to the right side. There's not a lot of room out that way, though.
Made a little bit out of nothing. I mean, there was nothing. We got a timeout. They're going to call it which way?
It's going to be the Bears, I would think, would want to stop the clock.
Yeah, with 1:59 left, they're thinking they want to get the ball back, and they played so well. Yeah, there was just nothing there for Foy.
They had the ends of the sideline right there they're working against, too.
Yeah, you play that short side of the field, and on the high school level, the hash marks are so spread out. You know, you have one side of the field really long and one's really short, and they were going that direction on the short side. But this game presented by Western Petroleum. They've expanded throughout the country, but still support the Uinta Basin with many charities and community events.
Is this where it all started?
Yeah, you know, the Taylor boys are from. I think they're out of. I can't think of the name of the. Neola.
Oh.
Yeah, the Taylor boys are from Neola, and then they've taken a. Boy, they're in Louisiana,
yeah,
Texas, Oklahoma, South, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Utah.
They know where it all started, though.
Yeah, they're homegrown boys from Neola. Those guys, they've really taken Western Petroleum somewhere. But they do provide both on-site and cardlock fueling services to construction crews, trucking fleets, drill rigs, commercial accounts, and farms in Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming. Western Petroleum, thank you for presenting tonight's game.
2nd and 8 for the Longhorns. Clock will start at 2 minutes here. Foy's got tackled. It's dangerous right there. He's got, I don't know, there was a holding. It looked like a jersey might have got pulled a little bit. Might have been a holding call.
I don't know if I like the holding call after Foy stood up and is not going anywhere. You're going to see the hold, and it's going to be right.
Was it number 6 there?
I don't know. I mean, the guy just went down on the ground.
Let's see what they're calling there. It's definitely against the Longhorns. They bring a captain for the Bears over to accept or deny the call.
Yeah, and they're clearly going to put him back here. It's going to.
That's a holding. Like I said, I think it was number 6, the lead blocker there, Gines, that's going to be charged with that.
Well, they dug out of a big hole over here on the back. You know, they were down, to the 13-yard line, dug out of that hole. Only problem right now, Brian, is with 1:54 left, they don't have a lot of time left to deal with. So
they're going to try to
go up in the air. Ooh, he just took a lick, but he got it out there, and they got 13 of the yards back.
Goodrich there, like you said, hit as he threw. I thought it was almost a screenplay because they had so much penetration by the defense.
Yeah, boy, Mackey, he loads up. Here's Mackey, and bam! He takes a hit right in the ribs. That's a tough one. Well, but he stood up strong, and they got 13 yards. And, boy, it looked like he rolled out of bounds. And here comes
the Bears called a timeout. They're trying to stop. They want this ball back right before the half. They don't want to go in behind into the half. So they called a timeout. I think their last of the half.
Yeah, so look for the halftime entertainment.
If anybody's,
well, I said half tire.
If anybody's thought out enough to go out there and dance.
Yeah, you know, usually they have something really entertaining out here. Halftime entertainment is presented by Dan's Tire of Vernal, and they've got. I don't know if we've seen the commercials. They've got an incredible Jeep commercial.
That's L&L.
Oh, is that the L&L?
But they probably have Dan's tires on the Jeep.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, well, I see where you're going with that. You're tying it all in.
I just want all of our sponsors to feel like they're involved in every aspect of that. Halftime entertainment.
And they're probably carrying petroleum in the back. You
yeah,
know?
Western Petroleum.
They had gas in those vehicles.
Yeah, Labrum and the Taylor brothers, they're all friends here. We're all family.
Stood up for a loss there. So it brings up a huge 4. I guess you got to punt it away because you don't want to give them at midfield. You want to put them deep in their own territory. 1:30 left on the clock.
Yeah, if I was a special teams coach here, what I would do is I'd angle the punt out of bounds to give them no chance for a run back. You know, try to pin it as deep as you can, you know, if you're at the 15, 20-yard line. And then I'd play a really soft cover 2 and just not give them anything deep. I'd tell my guys in coverage, go with all the receivers. Let the line take care of their stuff.
Yeah, they called a timeout here. Altamont wants to talk it over. I imagine that's what they're going to do, but they want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
You see over here some of the linemen from Altamont are laying down, getting stretched out. They are getting worked over by this the front line of the Altamont Longhorns. They're taking a beating down there in the trenches. If it weren't for their passing game, this would be a blowout in the Longhorns' favor.
Yeah, you know, size only gets you so far. Conditioning and speed can kill, and that's, I think, what's evening the scales here with the Altamont side.
Boy, you look out of that crowd, and they got all of their Carhartts on and earmuffs, and you think we're playing this game in November. It's August 31st. Welcome to fall football, huh?
They will punt it away, or at least that's what they're lined up. There might be a fake, but it's be a gutsy call if they do fake this.
Well, shoot, just take a little love tap. And
They're
they
gonna
do
punt it
angle
away.
it.
He's going to field it.
Boy, and he's got a lot of room to run here. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. He cuts back.
Oh, no.
And he's got some room. Oh, and we just do catch up to him. And you wouldn't believe it, but it's Dylan Lindsay that catches him.
Kicker there.
Boy, Brian, back. I just said it right before they kick. Just
40 yards.
Don't give them a run back. That's your only job here is do not give him a run back. And unfortunately, what he did,
the only one.
He outkicked his coverage.
Yeah.
And he really got a hold of that football, and the coverage was 15 yards away when he caught the ball.
Wow, so they almost gave it to him. I mean, they gave it to him back to where they originally spotted, farther back in their own territory. But they got to hold him. They got 120 left.
Oh man, he's a tall drink of water. He caught it up high. They're going to go to what's working for them. Oh, we got
late hit by number 50 there. He comes in after the play and levels the quarterback for the Longhorns, Mackey.
Yeah, Mackey's laying on the ground saying, well, it might have been Goodrich that took the pop. It's right here. Goodrich
Somebody right here.
That's just a cheap shot is all that is. Yeah, and he holds his hands out,
What did I do? I hit the man.
Guy's on the ground already. Whistle's blowing. It's a good time to stop hitting, son.
They'll march it back 15 there. Whatever it was of that pass play.
Boy, you talk about every time you talk to coaches, and we had a chance to look at the coaches.
Yeah.
And one of the keys to the game for both coaches was avoid the mental mistakes. And right now, the mental mistakes are hurting the Bears. Altamont hasn't made as many. They've only had the one penalty in my recollection.
They're going to air it out across the middle. Lays his guy out. Man, he's laying that big old tall drink of water out. He almost got eaten up.
Yeah, that's dangerous. You're going to take a pop in the chin, guy coming across you.
Well, that clock continues to roll now because it wasn't a first down.
They're out of timeout. So here comes the throw. And watch, just missed, and who wasn't
coming in? Looking out to the left side, across the middle. They're eating up that coverage. Strong, stiff arms the first guy and the second, finally brought down.
And he got taken down inbounds according to the.
But they got to move the chains. It's good enough for a first down.
So they're going to roll the clock as soon as the chains are set. 37 seconds left. But right now, boy, it's just the strength of the Bears is in the air, and Altamont has no answer for it. We're going to hope the clock can, and they've started the clock, so it's down. It's 32 seconds.
Got to give their secondary. Look at the guy wide open, calling for the ball, number 81.
Oh, he is wide open. He sees him.
Oh,
no, he did not see him.
Passed it to the guy. That coverage.
Oh, man.
They got to give their secondary some help because they're just bringing him in. That was almost like a corner blitz.
Gosh.
He comes in from the outside. That guy was calling for the ball.
Yeah,
quarterback didn't see him.
Yeah, 81 was wide open, and he's their receiver. Nobody went with him. The safeties, nobody went with him.
They're trying to get the clock figured out a little bit. The Longhorns want it down farther. 25.3 is what they're going to post. It used to be 30.5, I believe.
Yeah, that's the old home cooking on the clock. The guy's a little slow with the trigger. Ball's on the ground, and he waits till it rolls to a stop before he stops the clock there. So 25.3 seconds left, 14-10. The Bears are driving.
Really got to stay on these receivers. They're going to go to the air again.
You watch number 81 right there in the slot. He's their guy.
He's up. Turn around, corner.
Oh, and it's all too easy. Yeah, all too easy. Just went right to the corner, and he threw the ball to the farthest spot in the corner and lands right in the breadbasket.
Yeah.
16-14.
That corner's got to turn. His cushion is – he needs to turn and run way before these receivers are way faster, so he's got to turn and run. Not enough that time, and was able to bring it down for 6.
Yeah, and the one thing you can't do as a corner is give him the outside. You got help in the middle.
Yeah.
You can't lose him on the outside.
Yep. 19 seconds left. Put 6 on the board. They're going for the extra point here to make it 3. It's up and good, so 19 seconds left. Now they need a field goal to tie this game up. They'll have a return here, but that's going to be about it. Maybe one play.
Yeah, and so far, the Bears' kicking game has been fabulous. They put it out of the end zone every time they kicked it off.
A great kicker, even as man, that's unfortunate. I thought they were going to be able to hold them, go into the locker room ahead there, but they had some great passes on the side of the Bears, and they were able to come up with 6 and eventually 7. So we'll see if they can answer now. They don't got a lot of time to do it, but the Longhorns have a few trick plays up their sleeves. They got some good players that can do it. We'll just see if they can get it done.
Yeah, and let's see if the Bears coaches take a different philosophy here. We talked about when Altamont did the punt, just don't give them a return. And what was it, the big return?
Yeah.
They come back on our side of the field. They have a short field, and they picked us off with 8 yards at a time on the air, and finally went to that corner. If we're talking about the Bears coaches, I would probably take the special teams guy aside, either squib it or put it out of bounds and give him the penalty at the 35-yard line, Altamont doesn't have an air game, and they only got 19 seconds. So
it's going to be fielded. Oh, it's out of bounds. No, get on the ball. It's live. What are you doing,
and it looks like the Bears got it. Oh, what an incredible blunder by the Longhorns.
Thought it was a punt or something. They were.
Oh, no, and with 19 seconds left.
That's easy striking territory right there.
Oh, it's a disaster on the special teams.
Line. I think they thought it was going to go out of bounds. Took an awful bounce. Nobody got on it.
Oh, and you see the special teams coach.
He's all
Boy,
over
he
it.
could have dunked from there. He got 4 feet in the air jumping. He was so excited. Wow, just two incredible blunders on the special teams on Altamont's side on a half that they've dominated, Brian.
Well, they got to stiffen up. They can't afford two touchdowns right before the half.
And unfortunately, they got this guy out here on an island, and they're going to send this big, tall, 6-foot receiver straight at him.
All I can say is turn right now, buddy. Start turning. Right across the middle. They got some big receivers. Oh, no, they took each other out.
Wow, and it gets down to the 10-yard line at 9.8 seconds left. There is no timeouts. The Bears are going to set while they're making the move in the chains. Let's see if they can get down in place in time.
It's inside the 10, so first and goal.
And now they're going to start the clock right here, and here it goes.
Spike the ball.
Probably the right play. 6.9 seconds
they got 4
left.
To play with.
Brian, unfortunately, with as good as those receivers are, with 10 yards to go, this could be a disaster for the Longhorns.
Oh,
there
buddy.
you see the VTV Channel 6 Sky Cam.
Basin rental.
So the question is, Brian, are they going to go for the points? And it looks like they are lining up to score. They could have elected to kick, but they did not. And they put it out. And this is going to be just a fortunate coaching call.
Good job by Altamont.
For the home team. Boy, they stretch it out. They don't get out of bounds. You think that maybe they should have kicked it and got some more points on the board. They've got an excellent kicker. He hit from 35 yards. He was only going to be a 20-yard kick there.
It would have been easy. They were trying to put it in. They played the odds, though. Strong has been their guy the whole time. They had lead blockers. The odds were in their favor, but they weren't counting on the Longhorns.
Wow. Well, and the Longhorns have to look at this and say, we've been shut out the previous 2 games we played. We came out and put a lick on the Bears. We're running successfully. We're only down by 3. There's so many positives going into halftime. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to the Techris Design Halftime Entertainment Show. Watch it live at strata.tv. We're going to take a break. We'll see you for second half action.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of a same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Now, the Altamont drill team will entertain us with the dance. Let's give the cheerleaders and the drill team one more big round of applause.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Western Petroleum is a local company that has expanded throughout the country, providing a wide variety of services, including fuel delivery, lubes, oils, and propane. Although Western has experienced tremendous growth, they continue to be committed to many events here in the Uinta Basin, including high school sports, rodeos, charity fundraisers, livestock shows, and they are an active member of the local chamber. As Western continues to be a leader in the petroleum industry and expand their service areas, they are committed to powering the promises made to their customers now and in the future.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of a same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Tonight's game coverage is presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, and Western Petroleum.
Announcers up.
Welcome back, folks, to Uinta Basin High School football action, brought to you by VTV Channel 6 and Strata WebView. We'd like to thank those sponsors who were just announced as well. Couldn't do this without them. Tonight we find ourselves at Altamont High as they play host to the Summit Academy Bears. They had a good spurt there in the second quarter, but gave up a few points and went into the locker room trailing 17-14. There's a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. We find ourselves in a couple weeks at Uinta as they play host to Grantsville. Should be a good game. After that, we go to Duchesne, Layton Christian.
Got a couple of 1A powerhouses there.
Yep, and then a couple games at Union, Park City, and Wasatch. We'll just park the trailer, leave it there for a couple weeks. Then we back to Uinta for Judge Memorial. Judge is always a tough team. Those private schools are. And Altamont, Duchesne. They got the last 2 games due as the big rivalry games. Altamont and Duchesne, which is always, even if both teams have had a rough go, they pull out all the stops for this last game. And then, like I said, the Battle of the Basin, Union at Uinta.
Yeah, don't leave early for that game. There's usually some dancing and some fireworks after the game, you know.
They do a good job, and we're always looking forward to bringing those games right to you right here on VTV Channel 6. Well, Mark, what do you think? Is they going to change anything up that we've seen in the first half, or stay with what works?
One of the fun things that with these small town schools, you get to go down at halftime. I found one of the Bears coaches. I was talking to him about some of the adjustments they made, and they finally switched and brought more people in the box. You know, One of the things they were talking about is, they were playing a 4-4 defense, and they finally said, let's go 5-3, bring more guys right up to the line of scrimmage, because they admitted the Longhorns were having their way down there, And so they're going to bring an extra guy up, and try to pack 8 in that box, but do it with a 5-man front. One of the things they also want to do is get their speed guys the ball. They got number 24, Harp. They tried to score with him around the corner. He's a 4.6 guy on the 40. Also, Chris Apple, he's 6'3" and also runs a 4.6. They're going to try to get him some isolation plays, which was working for him. Oh, and that ball rolled out of bounds. Yep.
They're trying to keep it away from him and a little too far there. They're going to spot it at the 15-yard line.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just an automatic placement at the 35-yard line, right? Is that how they enforce that penalty?
I'm not sure if it's from the spot or where it goes out. I think they go 15 from where it goes out. But you may be correct because they're right about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and in the pros, they bring it out even farther, don't they? Go to 40. I mean, they really penalize them there. Yeah, that's a coaching adjustment that's about 4 minutes of gameplay too late. They should not have kicked when they turned the ball back over to the Bears. Right
They're
at
going
the
to
end
the
of the
air
half.
again. Oh,
boy.
Threw it out of his hands there.
Well, it got behind him, and as a receiver, you've done that a bunch of times. You're out there running, and the ball gets thrown behind you. It's so hard to stop your momentum, turn your ball, and you're going to see right here, ball goes right behind him. He almost makes the adjustment and comes back to it. Can't quite, and it slips out of his hands.
Threw behind him.
And the quarterback, is going to say when he gets back to huddle, that one's mine. That one's mine. I got to put it in front of you.
2nd and 10 for the Bears. 35-yard line.
Interesting with the weather here. We start with the rain. Oh, almost lose that snap. They're going to
go.
Oh, and just well overthrows him. I mean, that's their speed guy, and they're trying to get it to him. And they said coming out of this halftime, we're going to try to get Harp the ball. We're going to try to get him some isolation, and they did here. But they're playing that cover 2, so the corner lets him go to the safety.
Yeah.
And then that's what that cover 2 is they have an area. Yeah, he bumps him, slows him down, and then passes the responsibility off to the safety. So
that's dangerous because you have that little cushion when between the corner gives it up, and the safety's supposed to pick it up, and if you can hit it, you can come up with a lot of yards.
Yeah, there's a lot of seams in a cover 2 defense.
Looking across the middle.
Almost intercepted, boy! I'll tell you what.
61 there, broken up.
And he was right in the right spot to hit him on the hands. Number 61.
Cassidy Smith, a senior, 240 pounds.
240 pounds. He's got me by 20, and I'm not a small guy.
Well, that brings up 4th just like that. A couple of great plays by the secondary. He's going to push his punt returner back a little bit. The winds have shifted just a little bit. It's now blowing from right to left.
Yeah, we talked about the weather. It was raining, then it went clear and windy, then no wind in the end of the second period. That's when the Bears' passing game went to life. Oh, the ball's on the ground! It's on the ground, and he's going to run it. It's a muff. He's going to run it, and he's got some room. Here comes. Oh, and what a nice tackle by number 61. 2 great plays by him in a row.
Great job. Nobody even knew that the ball had been oversnapped. They didn't put very much pressure. They were trying to give their punt returner more protection, so they didn't push a lot.
No, they weren't. And here comes 69. He's the only one that really knows what's going on. It's hard because he's running full steam, and guys going left and then breaks or right and then breaks back left. And Cassidy Smith with some wheels for a big fella.
Great job.
Yeah,
First
he got
and 10,
out there.
Great position here.
Boy, and let's see if this
on the 35-yard line of the Bears.
And you see that defensive switch now.
Yeah,
they got 5 down linemen right up on the line.
Oh, the ball came loose? Nope. He was able to fall on top of it again.
There's Goodrich right up the middle.
Yeah, like you say, you see that 5-3 defense. That's usually when Foy kicks it out. He jumps in and he pops out to the outside.
He's so good at shedding that first hit. He just takes it off the shoulder pads and slides it, But, yeah, that's a defensive adjustment. When you're facing a running team, you got to bring them up on the line. You got to take the initial blocker, and then you have to have some quick. And there's Foy.
Whoa.
Boy, he looked like he was good.
Just about got it. He got his feet taken out from under him that time. 3rd and about 5 now. It's going to be on, let's see, the 20, where are we at? Yeah, 28-yard line. 28-yard line, 3rd and 5.
And they haven't strayed from the formula here, Brian.
They're going to have to do something. I mean, if it's broken, fix it, If it was working for them.
Oh, look at this. Big hole.
That time he's able to pick up 6. Good enough for the first down. Foy, like you said, bounces off. Great job following Goodrich's block.
I didn't notice this till just now. Is that a little soft cast he's got on his wrist? Or is that just
who's that, Foy or
yeah,
Goodrich?
He's got it on that left arm.
Some of them have the plays on there. Or it might be a kind of a padding.
Well, for you folks watching at home, Techris Design is the sponsor of Strata WebView's live stream. Watch it live at strata.tv.
The option is forced up the inside really fast.
But he's made the right decisions every time on that option so far. they're playing it correctly. I mean, they're a well-disciplined team on the outside, and they're forcing it in. But he's not trying to force that, and he does pick up positive yardage, and he got 2 there.
He was forced inside sooner than he would have liked.
Yeah, number 12 got some good penetration, and against the option, that's what you've got to do, penetrate or seal that in. And 12 was just right past his guy immediately. Number 12 is Chris Apple. Oh, yeah, he's their speed guy.
2nd and 8 now.
There we go.
Greg
Foy
right up the
sheds
middle.
that first tackler,
Gets
keeps
a
his
couple.
feet.
Great job.
And, about a yard past the first down marker. They're going to stop the clock and bring the chains up. Boy, he's just so good at just shedding that first guy.
1st and 10 for the
You
14.
watch on this replay, he gets hit pretty quick, but he's good at keeping his feet and just sheds him and then gets past. And
keeps his feet there, gets another 3 yards even though he's stumbling. He knows to go forward on that forward momentum. So 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Altamont marches ever closer to the end zone. Can he get around the outside? Great containment there by the corner. He's able to keep from going anywhere.
Yeah, Travis Gallagher out there on the corner, he just sits down on his heels and just waits. Doesn't settle for any jukes or anything. And goes low and takes out the runner's legs. And against a big, strong runner like Foy, that's the only way to tackle a guy. You can't meet him at the shoulder pads.
I would have liked to seen that receiver stay out there with him. He kind of crack blocked. He went into the defensive end, but the tight end already had him tied up. And so that corner didn't have anybody on him. He was able to come up and make the easy tackle.
Well, and, sometimes on a corner like that, all you got to do is just enough, a little clip to keep him off of the runner.
Right
Foy,
up the middle
and hits a touchdown.
Oh,
no, I thought he had it, and they come in right up to the half-yard line. He's going to go ahead and get him a fresh set of downs.
First down on the 2-yard line.
And I'm going to tell you right now, with Foy going up the middle, I don't want to start the fat lady singing too early, but
it's way early.
but
way too early.
they're having
right
their way up the middle.
A quarterback keeper?
Yeah, that's the quarterback keeper. We missed it on the replay, but the quarterback keeper, very smart call because they have not run that yet. Nobody was expecting it, and he got just enough push to get in for a touchdown. So coming screaming right back with 4 minutes elapsed in the third period. Boy, I had to spit that out. They retake the lead 20-17. They're going to go for 2 again here. It just appears to me, Brian, that's part of their game plan.
Yeah, they're just going to go for it. Like I said, some offenses are better than that, better doing that. Oh, got a guy again. Underthrew him. Got a guy wide open.
That's too bad because it was very well played. Slayton Thompson was wide open. And, they stuck really close on Dylan Lindsay. In fact, 2 guys went with him. You'll see right here that they're just going to softly cover.
Yeah, he kicks out.
And they just let him go. They just released him.
Oh, just underthrew him.
And, the Longhorns are what they are. They're a running team. So they don't have as polished of a passing game, obviously, as the Bears. So it was well designed. It just we weren't able to execute that play.
Yeah, it seems like the passing. It seems like the passing is what they do on those 2-point conversions, though. That's what they've done in the past 3. So, like you mentioned, 8:03 left in this third quarter. Score now 20-7. Favor the Longhorns.
There's the cheerleaders down there practicing their CrossFit. They do some cheering, then they do some push-ups, and there's got to be a third activity to be in
a
there.
Medicine ball. I might have seen a medicine ball involved.
Surely a medicine ball. No, it's the pom-poms.
Oh,
that's what it is. Yeah,
so they're loaded. They're loaded pom-poms.
Yeah, there's a myth about CrossFit out there that it's way too expensive, speaking about that. The fact is, it's the most inexpensive way to learn fitness from a certified trainer. CrossFit. I'm telling you what, Brian, I went to CrossFit once.
Yeah.
I'm fairly in shape. I did an Ironman triathlon, so I kind of think I'm a little bit in shape.
Pretty buff.
I didn't lift my arms above my head for a week.
Oh, no, man.
Oh, no, another great run back, and they catch up to him at the 50-yard line.
Nikes, what a return by number 24 there, Stephen Harp. That was that 4-6 guy. We got flag laundry on the field, though.
We like to see the laundry because usually, and here comes the replay, and you watch this.
Watch his shake and bake. He does. There's nobody even close to him, but he decides to do a little pirouette
here
or something
go, right
in the middle
here.
of the field. Watch this.
And
he thinks somebody hits him, so he turns his back, right? Here, whoop!
And that was pretty good. The only one he faked out was himself. You notice he ended up on the ground after that. Oh, no, it went against the Longhorns here.
Oh, no.
And it's going to take from the 50-yard line. They're going to give him first and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Looks like the call was a face mask, Brian.
Oh, man, that'll kill you.
Yeah, and
Pendulum seemed to have swung the other direction. It's the Longhorns that are suffering with the penalties.
Oh, no, look at this. They just stack him up.
Stand him up, try to strip that ball.
Well, and you have to keep the defense honest. So they know the air attack's working, so that's a good call, a first down. Let's run it. Let's see if the defense is paying attention. But look at the penetration 13 gets. Boom, he meets him 5 yards deep, and then the rest of his team, there was 5 of them. It seems like when the offensive line breaks down, it does it in bunches. And in that case, they dropped him for a 4-yard loss.
2nd and 13 now from, what do you call it, the 28-yard line? No, I'm sorry, 38-yard line. Give them more they asked for. Man, they're stringing out that secondary.
Boy was right there. Number 3 didn't have a chance.
Yeah. This secondary, they got to change something up. What are they running, a 4-4 defense?
You see a release there. We were lucky. I think it's 20. It was 23 was our defensive. Number 12 for the Bears. He took a little hit and was released. Unfortunately, there was no safety behind him, and he was like 15 yards past the nearest Longhorn. We kind of dodged the bullet there.
3rd and 11 now.
And look how tight. They're playing like press coverage. I mean, they're right up on the receivers, but then unfortunately they're just releasing them.
Yeah, they got 2 safeties there. They're going to fade it across the middle. Got a guy open. Oh, almost brought it down with one.
One-handed, but that's also the kind you take a smack from. Brody Strong was coming down, just kind of found that seam in the defense, and it was just off his fingertips. You'll see right here, he's going to just run right down the middle of the seam. You have 2 safeties spread wide. They go with the outside receivers, and they find that seam and just miss him. And probably good for him.
4th now.
Drew Gilbert was licking his chops, saying, "I'm gonna stick that guy coming across the middle."
They're gonna go for it here. 4th and 12.
Well, I call this the maroon zone. It's really hard to kick from that far. For a field goal, and if you punt it, it's going to go in the end zone, so you're going to get like 5 yards net turn. So it's about the right call.
They're going to fade it out to the outside. You got to get.
Perfectly defense.
There, Lindsey there, Dylan Lindsey, great job, and they turn over on downs now. Great play for the secondary. Finally got a break.
I got to say, you look at Lindsey, and he's not the tallest guy out there. But look how much higher on this replay he was than all the Bears receivers. Pops. He got up there, and he met the ball at the highest point.
Oh, almost
through his hands. Lindsey comes up to 81 shoulder pads, but he was the highest guy out there right there.
Great job. The secondary really needed that. They've had some tough breaks. They've given up some points here and there, but they're able to come up big there.
And so far in an offensive battle like this where both defense are giving up points in bunches, that's what we needed. Ooh.
Dropped down. He was able to hold on to that loaf of bread he had sticking out there. I thought it was going to come loose.
Anytime you see Floyd get past that first hit, you're thinking big yardage. And you heard the crowd go, "Oh," because he got past the first guy and then just got he just got stuck hard and brought down by 18 of the Bears.
2nd and about 9 now, 35-yard line. The Altamont Longhorns come up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. They're going to go to Foy to the opposite side. He gets a couple more yards on the play. Like I said, they're loading that defensive line, though. Those holes are collapsing fast, so if he's not on them, they're collapsing before he gets through them.
Well, and this might be a good time for some kind of a rollout where they fake a handoff, and have him diving in the middle because everybody's heads follows him in. And in that particular play, for example, if Mackey had been able to roll out to his left, there was a lot of field open.
Yeah.
And they
got 2 to the left.
The ball's on the ground. Oh, Mackey, a heads-up play. He got right back to it. You see that happen, that exchange is you take it for granted because you see it successful so many times, but it is actually pretty difficult. And right here, they just never connected. Mackey, heads-up play, got on top of the ball.
It looked like he had lots of pulling guards out there to try to block. Foy was going to come to this outside. They're going to punt it away now.
So 2 defensive stands in a row, 20-17 with 4:36 left here in the third period. Both defenses played a nice series there.
Oh, man, that was right over their heads. It's going to go almost out of bounds. Going to be marked about the 32-yard line, where the Bears will take over.
That's a much better result
Did you see that ball? It just barely.
What if it would have clipped one of their helmets?
Like he was skipping rocks on top of their helmets. Boing.
Just
barely.
And it rolls dead at the 32-yard line.
You know, these sound effects come at no extra charge. I'd help you know, VTV
Yeah,
listeners.
we work at them in the mirror. Where was the one when? Oh, it was the pirouette. We both made the same. Both made the same sound, folks. That was not intentional, although it sounded practiced and rehearsed.
We harmonize before every game. Mark and I down in the. No, I shouldn't say the shower.
Oh, look at that! It just destroyed the
ball
line.
come loose?
Ball's on the ground.
They're gonna call it dead though.
Yeah, he was stood up, and that is the correct call. Although when you see the ball on the turf, you get really excited. And look at the penetration. We had 2 guys 5 yards deep, almost right at and just about got him right at the handoff, and then he had nowhere to go, right in his face. And then the ball came loose, and I don't know. I was watching that replay. He was not down, and he was still trying to fight for forward progress. So
sometimes they call forward progress. So they're going to give him a loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 for the Bears. On the 28-yard line, they're going to air it out. They got kind of a screen pattern. Oh,
he stops him, and then
he's not called strong just because it's his last name.
Well,
he was able to get rocked and keep his feet,
I'm going to say Lindsey hit him, slid down, and somehow held onto the ankle. Watch this. He's going to release his guy.
Go out to the outside.
Strong. Watch Lindsey. He's going to meet Strong at the shoulder pads, and then he falls down and hangs onto the ankle. Nice individual effort by Lindsey, because Strong, if you give him any opening, he's going to take that speed and try to explode.
Big defensive play. If they can get one more out here, 3rd and 15 now.
Well,
their secondary's got to stay strong here.
They got
trips out to this left side. Watch that fade up the middle.
Somebody could get open. No, nothing.
Oh, they got it to Strong in the middle, and he
is close to a first down. It looks like he's short, I'm going to say. From my angle, it looks like he's short by maybe a foot. Boy.
Are they going to call the chains out? They got the ref looking at. No, it's short. He puts up a pencil width. And the coaches say, we want to see it. Bring the chains out. So they're going to measure it off and see if it's good enough for a first down.
Tonight's presentation by Ashley Regional. Ashley Regional has 2 locations. I did not know that till tonight. Vernal and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Clinic offers full services. Lab, X-ray, women's health, including
it's on the corner services. There. When you kind of bend, the bend in Roosevelt, when you start going down. Well, it used to be like an old
movie?
Yeah, movie checkout, rental place there. Anyways, that's their new clinic.
Interesting. Ashley Regional Medical Center. Tonight's broadcast, presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. They're short
by a football length.
But I tell you what, with a 3rd down, that's a 2-down territory in my opinion. And with their passing game, this might be a
what do you think, man? 4th, they got 3 minutes left in this quarter.
If I was calling the game, I was a coach, I'd take a stab deep. And then
really? You go deep with this?
Yeah, it's.
Jeez, you only got a football length. It's 4th down.
Oh, is it 4th down? Yeah. Excuse me. Well, I was looking down across the linesman, only had it at 3rd, so I guess he hadn't switched it while they were waiting to make the official. Okay, so.
They're lined up. They're going to go for it.
Here comes a power formation.
They're going to try
something
to put
you
all
have
their
not
beef.
seen all night from the Bears. But watch out for the speed on the corner. That's the big fear, is the speed on the corner.
They stopped. They got it.
They
rocked him.
Oh, man.
That was a big hit. Big hit.
Boy, number 69's down. He's got a little bit of a little stinger. But, boy, they got some.
Dude,
and one of the Bears coaches
far.
is immediately there, and they're waving him on.
It looked like he got some problem. Man, he was hit hard.
Look at this. That stop right there, and then
Boom,
boom, and you know who it was? Foy that got him. We're going to take a break. We have a little injury timeout.
I don't think he got it.
But what a defensive stand by the Longhorns. We're going to take a break here. We're from our sponsors. We'll update you on the status of the Altamont player that's on the ground in a minute.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Western Petroleum is a local company that has expanded throughout the country, providing a wide variety of services, including fuel delivery, lubes, oils, and propane. Although Western has experienced tremendous growth, they continue to be committed to many events here in the Uinta Basin, including high school sports, rodeos, charity fundraisers, livestock shows, and they are an active member of the local chamber. As Western continues to be a leader in the petroleum industry and expand their service areas, they are committed to powering the promises made to their customers now and in the future.
Well, they've helped Riley Foy off the field. It's an apparent knee or possible leg injury. He's not putting any weight on it, but it's good to see him up and coming off the field.
He's in some pain.
In a classic show of sportsmanship, it was the Bears trainer that was the first one there, and he's still helping Riley there.
Good enough for a first down.
Boy, and
they
this
almost get another one.
This is a game changer. You look at that replay on that fourth down play, and there's no doubt that the Longhorns got him short. Very generous spot, gives them a first down, and we saw what happens when some momentum shift happens. You know, we saw it happen with the roughing the kicker down here with Altamont. You have a little bit of a change. Something goes your way when you didn't expect it. And let's see what can happen with this defense. They've lost one of their studs, and he's off the field right now.
Second and short. They're going to air it out. You see how they brought their other two receivers to try to pick that corner? And that's very dangerous because if they make any kind of contact with the corner prior to the ball being caught, they can get a flag for it.
Right, and it's hard for a referee to call that, especially on the prep level. It's kind of a sophisticated play. But what ended up happening is they were so concerned with the pick, and it was a clear pick. Number 3 had his hands up to pick off the quarterback, number 23, Alex Mackey. And Mackey went over to the referee and said, "What's going on? You got to call that. That's clearly offensive interference." But
third and inches now for the Bears. They kind of go in that
Watch out for number 12. He's got isolation Mackey on him.
Well, they're going to give it up to Strong. He's got the first and then some.
Oh,
he's broken
and he just broke it up, and he's going to get a touchdown.
Nobody can catch him. Foy tries to run him down, but his speed is just too much.
Yeah, he got some acceleration and just put some distance on there. And that looks like it's about a
40, 35, 40, 45 yard.
Yeah, he's on the 47-yard line. It's a 47-yard run. And he just gets the corner. Great blocking.
Takes off to the races.
You know, the only guy that touches him is number 5, Slayton. Is it Slayton Thompson? Excuse me, yeah. That's the only guy that touches him. Doesn't slow him down at all. And then you see his acceleration. He just pulled away from our fastest guy, Foy.
23-20, 1:58 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's that fourth down play where it looked like a stuff. We have the injury, we come back, and all of a sudden they're signaling first down on a generous spot, and it does
Ball's
not.
Up. Good, I believe.
Yeah, and it
24. 20, 1:58 left in the third quarter. We'll step away and bring back the remainder of this third quarter.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Welcome back, folks, to Altamont High. Again, they're playing host to the Bears of Summit Academy. Summit was able to drive down on a couple of big plays. We had a big injury by the Foy brother, Riley Foy,
yeah.
brother to Kyle.
They're still attending him on the table. He is moving slow. And
he's got some knee problems, but kind of took the wind out of their sails. Sometimes you got a key player like that get knocked out of the game, and they weren't able to contain Kyle Strong.
Ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be a nice penalty for the Longhorns on the kickoff. They're going to get good field position. We saw coming into this third period, offenses having their way, going back and forth. And then the defenses both stood up strong, and it looked like the Longhorns defense stood up strong, had an injury in a favorable spot for the Bears. It's just that's the nicest thing I can say about it. And
Brody Strong took over after that.
And then Brody Strong hits that 47-yard run. Can't have the big play in football, but let's see if the Longhorns can bounce back. So far, their offense has been very effective tonight. They need to grab one here. 1:58 left in the third period, Brian.
Right up the middle.
Oh, and look at that hole, and a nice block.
Great job.
Boy, you saw the block there.
Goodrich.
Dylan Lindsay is having a heck of a game. You know, he's done some good things on the defensive side. On the offensive side, he had the 2-point conversion. Watch the block here. He's the one that springs it out the outside.
Chance Goodrich.
Right there. Maybe a small block in the back.
Almost brings it over to the table. Brings the action. The guys had to step in front of him. Big first down there. Great job by Goodrich. 45-yard line for the Longhorns, 1st and 10.
And they get right up to the line. It's no rest.
Oh, no, the ball comes loose. It's wet. Popped out of his hands.
And he's still going. He might regain the original line of scrimmage, and they've blown it dead, and it is right back to the original line of scrimmage. Could have lost 2 or 3 yards, but he got up, fought. That's dangerous. I was always taught on the prep level, the ball's on the ground, you go down.
Yeah, he's trying to pick it up a couple times and slips around, and he's able to bring it up. Fortunately, man, he got lucky, though. Sometimes you get knees, and everybody's diving at it, and they're diving right at your ankles and your knees. So even if even if you don't lose the ball, sometimes you blow a knee.
And there goes Foy, and what does he do? Oh, we've got a holding call. Yeah, it's probably going to be Goodrich. It was thrown right in his direction. It looked like he just took his guy down to the ground, which, depending on how the method of the takedown, we'll see it.
No.
Oh, I really didn't see a holding. Yeah, it might have been the
hand.
guard on the left side. I didn't see the hold personally. The referees thought he saw something, put the laundry on the field. Boy, we've just dug a big hole, and whereas we were able to miss the big penalties and some of the mental mistakes in the first half, we're kind of killing ourselves here. Going to be
penalties. The third quarter has crawled by because of all the penalties, and it's marching now just under a minute. We're going to finish it up. They find themselves 2nd and 20, like Mark said. They're going to be about their own 45-yard line.
There's that hard count. You know, we've seen it twice. And he's got that hard bark, and his helmet comes down really hard with it, and the quarterback is allowed a little bit of movement. He's the only guy on the offensive line that can do that.
What a disciplined offense, though, because, I don't know how many times we'd even tell everybody on our offense, it's going to be on 2. Don't move, we're we're on the inside. We got the inside. And they would jump every time.
Well, it's so hard. You got a guy a half a yard away from you that's breathing out fire out of his nostrils. You know you want to lay a lick on him. Here's a pass, and it's beautifully executed.
Great job, guys.
Wow, fantastic. And Talon Giants, he caught that ball and you almost scored it out the top. But,
that's exactly what you were talking about earlier in this half. They've hit the run so much they need to just do a quick play action, and that's exactly what they do with the tight end.
Wow, yeah, it was fantastically done, and that's for a first down. We're going to ask our statistician, David Ryan, what the first down count looks like here.
It's 190. He's a junior. 190. 1st and 10. 30 seconds left on the clock.
And there goes Foy up the middle. He's got about 8 yards. Maybe closer to 6 yards on the carry.
I think that's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll see. Yeah, look, I think they're just going to line up. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to make it up to the line in time. They got about 12 seconds left in this third quarter. Can they get it off? Gets underneath center.
Left. He
got
does.
It off.
Oh,
no. Rocked.
Man. And that's a way to end the third quarter. We're going to come back with some stats for the game. We're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors from this Uinta Basin High School football action here presented by Strata WebView and VTV Channel 6.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of a same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
See some of the Longhorn crazies up there in the front. Just had a dance by their cheerleaders. And here comes the Longhorns. 3rd and 5 to go. Foy gets stood up. Sheds the first blocker. And he's got the first down and a lot more. Oh, man, he's so good at making that first guy miss, Brian. Wow. Fantastic play right out of the half, or the third period. He comes in to start the fourth period. And he makes the first guy miss so often. They had him wrapped up, bounces at the outside, uses his speed, and just catches him by the shoelaces, or he'd have had a 6. You look at this, and this is what you'd expect from a ground running team and an aerial attack team. 15 first down, 16 now with that one for the Longhorns. Only 8 for the Bears. And then it's the penalties. Story of the penalties, 8 for 100 yards for the Bears. And we've had 5 for the Longhorns at 60 yards.
Talking to one of the players for the Longhorns, they said since Riley just went out, he was one of the linemen. They've now switched Blake Thompson, number 13. He's now wearing 54 jerseys. Replaced Riley on the line.
Yeah, and you got these thin squads, and and Riley still has medical attention here on the field. They have still not. He's on the table wrapped up in blankets, and they haven't
brought out the stretcher or the.
That's good news. He's got Gatorade around him, and he's got his family with him.
The pitch to the outside.
Oh, and it's good. It looks like he's got to
cut it up.
Cut it outside, and boy, it looked like he might have. He kind of jukes into the inside. If he just used his speed and tried to get the pylon, he might have made it. But we've seen this happen several times. Did you see that pulling guard? He left. It looked like an hour early on that play.
Oh man!
Wow!
It's gonna be 1st and 10. Is it delay a game? Why are they throwing the flag?
You see, if they didn't have helmets on, they'd all be scratching their heads. But boy, they indicated it against the Longhorns. No, okay. Too many men on the field. Is that the call?
I wonder. They're doing it after the play. It's going to be 1st and 10. Let's see. Well, they got the first. It's going to be 1st and goal, I guess.
I don't know.
First and goal from the 8.
Did we figure out what the call was?
It was a warning. It was a sideline warning.
Is it the middle?
Right up the middle of the floor. He's able to get a couple yards finally.
So I got some clarification on the flag. What happened here, and we noticed it, number 54, and I said it seemed like he left an hour early. That's Blake Thompson. When he left, he pulled to block. You can't have a lineman go in motion. The Bears coach went
ballistic.
Yeah, you know.
Is that a fair assessment?
I had another saying in mind. I just can't say it on the air apparently, and my tongue froze. Fortunately, anyway, he came over and gave the referee an earful, so they dropped the flag on the field and said, "That's a warning. You know, leave us alone. You know, we miss calls too." So that's essentially what happened right there. But it was interesting. 54 pulled out.
2nd and 5, back to Foy. He stood up at the line of scrimmage, made a couple. Finally brought down.
You see what he does so good is he makes that first guy miss him, and that's what makes him such an effective runner. You know, at 200 pounds, he comes through there, and he's not an easy guy to take down. Here comes that replay, and we've seen it all night where he comes in and makes the first guy miss. Pow, first guy misses. Unfortunately, the Bears were right there to clean up.
3rd and 3 as the Longhorns come up to the line of scrimmage.
And we've seen their aversion to kicking. Everybody knows this is going to have 2 more plays for the end zone. You know, they refuse to kick a PAT. I doubt they go.
Right up the middle.
And
he gets in. They got
a holding. Yeah, that's too bad.
It's killing them this second half.
The second half. So there's their 6th penalty for 70 yards if they do indeed get the holding. And I can't imagine it's anything else. I'm going to see if I can see the hold. Well, yeah, just didn't see a hold. I didn't
look like much, but
they're
going to march it back anyways.
Boy, you take
We'll see. Geez, they replayed that down now. 3rd. It was 3rd and, a yard or 2 is now 3rd and 13. And that's a hard play now as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Bring the play in, take it to the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they're going to go to the air. They did that one play action. Most of the other stuff has been their bread and butter, the Foy's been bringing. They're going to fake it. Got the option pitch at this time.
Yeah,
he gets it to Foy.
And he
got a couple yards back to the 5-yard line.
Okay, so we're going to have 4th down here.
4th and 5. Students on their feet. They're looking for a score here. They want to get up. They got 8 minutes left in the game.
Boy, got a nice seal block to get the outside. Boy, and he's down at about the 6. Boy, and that penalty, oh man, that penalty just kills us.
Yeah, like you said, you went from inches, something to easily be a quarterback keeper or Foy up the middle or Goodrich.
Well, and Foy, he scored on the holding.
Big play here.
You know.
Students on their feet. Everybody wants to see it. They got it up. Oh, no. Intercepted. Intercepted by the linebacker. They had a guy open, just underthrew him once again. They should have stick with their bread and butter if they're going to do anything. They should have tried that, but
well,
they have a tight end or they have this receiver out. Are they trying to hit the tight end?
But
they tried to hit that tight end.
Well covered. I mean, this is a passing team, and so
20.
they play against passes all day long, and so when the tight end released, he was right there. There was no question he was coming.
Yeah, it was just well covered. They had the right idea. He just threw it a little too late, and that number 20 Hines was able to cover that. And
yeah, that ball's about got to be in the air when he's making his break, so when he turns around, it's hitting him into the hands.
This is safety territory, though. If they can bring the house, they can get 3 on the board, and this will be a 1-point ball game.
Well, and we've seen him get deep penetration several times. In fact, on the questionable call over there, you know.
They're going
Oh!
up. Get on him, buddies.
Oh, he's got so much speed. Oh.
Get him to the outside. Dude, he brings the heat when he comes.
Wow, that's a shame
Strong.
because they hit him. They hit the quarterback. Well, actually, it was just a collision between the Bears players. They're going to collide with each other.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh.
Almost
got his own guy. Man, watch Strong. He's not going to juke. He's going to lower his head and take yours off. He brings it good enough for the first down. 1st and 10 now for the Bears on the 24-yard line as they try to scratch out of their own territory.
Ryan Thompson took a lick.
1st and 10, 7:16 left. 7:16 left in the half, in the game. Shotgun, but I think he's going to hand it off to number 3 there, Joe Dinos. Brings it back. They're going to give him about a yard on the play. But they got a Bear down on the field. He's injured. They're going to bring out some assistance.
Ooh.
So
if that was the runner, he just hit head-to-head with number 21, Goodrich. And Goodrich, he got his clock rung, or his bell rung as well. And you can see that he's clearly dealing with some fog in his head. He got hit pretty good and hard, and they're rubbing his neck.
Got a stinger there.
Yeah, you crack your neck backwards like that.
Well, folks, we're going to step away while they assist to him, and we'll bring it back with 6:53 left in the remainder of this game.
Western Petroleum is a local company that has expanded throughout the country, providing a wide variety of services, including fuel delivery, lubes, oils, and propane. Although Western has experienced tremendous growth, they continue to be committed to many events here in the Uinta Basin, including high school sports, rodeos, charity fundraisers, livestock shows, and they are an active member of the local chamber. As Western continues to be a leader in the petroleum industry and expand their service areas, they are committed to powering the promises made to their customers now and in the future.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of the same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Folks, welcome back. The remainder of this game, we got 5:53 left here in the game. Altamont trails 20-24.
Nice show of class from the Altamont students.
Not one of their players, but he was up, but they were rubbing his neck, and he was having some problems. They laid him back down to try to get his head to clear, and he's taking some time to get up. So we'd like to thank those. We saw some of our sponsors. We'd like to give another shout out. We saw the CrossFit commercial there. If you haven't got into that, it's the big grades right now. Everybody's doing it. It seems to have great results.
Yeah, it's a really neat workout. You go real super high intensity with intermittent rest in between, and they really work you. Like I say, the time I went down there, Brian, my goodness. Also Ashley Regional, we just saw the commercial with their that must be the nuclear Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine.
That sounds more like a missile.
Yeah, you say the Hawkeye 4. I mean,
the Blackhawks.
Didn't we phase those out at the end of the Cold War? Now they're
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but those guys down there, Ashley Regional, they sure take care of you. L&L Motor, I want to go buy a Jeep all of a sudden.
Yeah, I saw those creepers. They're pretty cool.
Moon Lake Electric, always been a big supporter of the high school athletics here in the basin. Western Petroleum.
Hey, we don't want to forget Strata. They're the guys that make this all possible too. We got the van, we got all the guys down the van, and making this great production possible. I mentioned I was up on the mountain. I get great coverage. That's part of my big factor for switching over to Strata, is because the coverage is so great here locally. I was up on the mountain. We forgot the radios. Those are just sighted, as far as you can see, but we just use our phones up there now. Everybody just carries a Strata phone, and we can just call each other, tell us where the cows are out and where we're at and what we need to do, and forget those radios. Those are a thing of the past. We just rely on our phones now.
Well, you see Dale up there. That's Devin.
He's the
Dale's
brave
brother.
guy.
Yeah, he's up there, and the lift provided by Basin Rentals. Yeah, he's up there. The wind gets whipping. That thing moves around a little bit.
It's shaking.
It might get a little sketchy. Well, we're going to take a break, folks. This is clearly nothing to mess around with. When there's a neck injury, it looks like the player is okay. He's mobile. He's got motion. But they're taking the precautions that are necessary. It's the right move by the medical staff, by both teams. You see what happened right here. Number 3, when he came through, he just met Goodrich, and it just cracked his head back a little bit. And it's caused him some issues. They're doing the right things. We're going to take a break, have another word from our sponsors. We'll be back after they take care of the player, and we'll get back to game action.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Western Petroleum is a local company that has expanded throughout the country, providing a wide variety of services, including fuel delivery, lubes, oils, and propane. Although Western has experienced tremendous growth, they continue to be committed to many events here in the Uinta Basin, including high school sports, rodeos, charity fundraisers, livestock shows, and they are an active member of the local chamber. As Western continues to be a leader in the petroleum industry and expand their service areas, they are committed to powering the promises made to their customers now and in the future.
If you need an MRI, CT, or nuclear medicine study, here are some things that you should know. Ashley Regional Medical Center has the most advanced technology available in rural Utah. The radiologist at Ashley Regional has 2 board certifications in the field of radiology, including nuclear medicine. The technologists at Ashley Regional are skilled, friendly, and informative in meeting your needs. From X-rays to CTs, Ashley Regional is northeastern Utah's choice for quality radiology services.
Are you reaching your fitness goals? Do you have any? Are you tired of the same old routine? Have you considered having a trainer? Come in today to see what CrossFit has to offer. Our well-trained staff of personal trainers can help you reach a higher quality of life. Think CrossFit is for elite athletes only? Anyone with a desire can reach their fitness goals. CrossFit Avenue, committed to you and your quality of life.
Oh, big hole right there.
Number 20, we had about a 20-minute timeout there as they were able to.
They took Joe Dennis. They're going to take him to the hospital.
Had some neck injury.
Yeah, it's the right thing. You know, they
don't want to mess with that.
No, you get that neck, and we saw that on that replay. His head kind of cracked back. And
they wasted no time. The players all ran back on the field before the ambulance was even off the grass. And they snapped that ball. They're trying to wrap this game up. 6:22 left in this game. Third down. They're going to pitch it out to the left side. He's got a lead blocker. Strong's got the outside corner.
Oh, and he lost his footing.
Good enough for a first down, though.
Lost his footing, but you saw who was there. It's Dylan Lindsay. Dylan's not the biggest kid on the field, but he's not afraid to take on these big guys coming around the corner.
Oh, right there. He was almost able to get him. Number 21 there. We've seen a lot from Goodrich tonight.
Boy, in the
first and 10.
This is tough on the players. I mean, they were 20, 25 minutes down. The wind's blowing. You could see they were getting cold. They're trying to stay warm. And they just said, get on the field, and they cracked it right back in. First and 10, 6:11 left. Ball's on the turf.
Is it loose? No,
he
was able to get on it.
He got right on it. It is going to be the Bears' ball still, but they lost yardage on that exchange. It's the first time we've seen that happen to the Bears tonight.
Christensen Miller.
And right on top it was Denver Knight. He was right there, and had the Bears player not been able to pick it up that quickly, Denver would have had that. Would have been tremendous.
Altamont has got to get the ball back if they want one more shot at the end zone. 5:30 left on the clock.
Well, and the defense knows it, and they're standing right now. 2nd and 12, they're pushing them backwards right here. And this is their time to shine. They've got to do it.
Oh, Strong up the middle. Tied up. Is that
got him spun around, and no, that was number 5.
Thompson.
Slayton Thompson comes up. 3rd and 5, this is huge. This could be the game. The Bears know what's at stake, and they've put the ball on the ground. They've given up on the running attack. They have a 4-point lead.
Pass. That secondary's got to smell pass here. 3rd and 5, midfield. They've been able to pass at will, basically.
And they're doing a lot of play action. There's a lot of misdirection. And this is where they kind of lull you to sleep. They lull you to sleep.
That Wildcat offense there. They got 3 in the backfield. They're going to call a timeout. They want to talk it over because they realize what a big play this is. So they're going to call out. We've got 4:43 left in this game. 3rd and 5 on the 45-yard line.
While we're here, you know, there's a lot of work to put on a production like a high school football game. We really want to give a special thanks to the high school administration and coaching staff for their coordination in helping us put this broadcast and make this coverage available to you folks at home watching.
Hey,
you don't realize how much work everybody puts into it. I also want to talk to you about the Strata crew that comes, because these guys get here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're like a hive of bees just working.
We got Devin Allred down in the camera operators. We got Devin Allred. He's up in he's the brave one out of the bunch. He's the sky cam. Probably got it strapped up to that thing with this wind going. We got Danny McKenna, Alex Monson, excuse me. I'm trying to add R's to everything. And graphics, we got Dave Ryan. We'd like to thank him for all these graphics he puts up and makes our life easier up here. Audio and video support, Gerald Davies. Network and engineering live stream. We got Brent Simmons on that one. And, of course, the director bosses everybody around. We got good old Super Dale Allred down in the trailer.
Super Dale, right here.
There's
the play action.
He throws it out. Oh, no, we got it away.
Oh, no. Oh, we played that.
4 defenders around him. 4 defenders, and he still comes down with the ball.
Oh, you'd rather be lucky than good sometimes.
I don't think one of them saw the ball, though.
Well, and you see this. He has a guy in his face. He just puts it in the air. He did see his receiver, and look at that. Yeah, just puts it right in the only spot, the hole in the defense. They pick up the first down. Well executed with a guy in his face. Picks up the first down at about the 42-yard line.
This still isn't over there. 4 minutes is still a lot of time. If it was under 2, I'd be a little more skeptical, but they could go 4 and out right here. They got to stiffen up or stand the guy up, strip the ball, strip the ball.
Big-time hit. And you know who that was? That's Blake Thompson that comes in. He switched his jersey. Normally wears number 13, and Blake is not supposed to be playing on the line, and we've seen him disrupt several plays. Drops him for a big 5-yard loss. Watch this. He just gets through. Nobody even bothers blocking him. Number 75 for the Bears did what I call the old A block. Stood up and let him go.
Watch out. Turn around and yell, watch out. 4 minutes exactly on the clock. Score 20-24 in favor of Summit Academy. And call another timeout to stop that clock.
2 timeouts left for each team.
Second and 14. They're about on Altamont's 45-yard line.
Well, Brian, we got the Roosevelt Twin. I guess that's what they call their movie theater.
Twin theaters, yep.
The Twin, that must mean there's 2 theaters. I haven't been over there. That's kind of, my power of deduction is amazing.
2, they have 4 theaters, but they still call it the Twin.
I don't know.
Yeah, Twin, that's going to go to the player of the game.
2 tickets to the Twin for the player of the game. I got a couple of candidates. Boy, 54 might have saved the game by getting back there.
Pitched it out to the right side, got a guy. They do that cross-under pattern. That time hit strong. They pulled 3 receivers out there. They got their outside 2 receivers, plus they do that play action to the outside. They got to have a linebacker's got to follow him out is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, watch what happens. You have 2 of them run a slant in, and the guy in motion goes out there, and he goes underneath the slanters.
He's got to follow him.
Yeah, both slant down, and then he goes underneath the guy slanting. It's a really well-designed play.
The secondary has really been put to the test here tonight. They've really had a lot of action.
And what you got to do in motion like that is you got to go into zones. You take the guy that comes into your zone, but that's really sophisticated defenses, and it's hard to do that. And they pick up the first down.
And there's a flag as well.
Looks like we might have had a spearing call.
1st and 10 on the 21-yard line.
It might have been a personal foul there. I think they might have caught Cassidy Smith hitting with his helmet.
Yeah,
a hit to the head.
After that neck injury, they're being a little more careful on the call.
Right. I think that's what happened. Is Cassidy Smith got a hit to the head or something? Anyway,
going to pitch it out to the right side. Lead blocker for Strong. He's going to bypass that blocker and take it right on the chin. Gets a 5 yards on the carry.
Boy, I'd really like to see him stop him here.
It's going to be tough. They got a lot of momentum going behind them. They're on the 15-yard line now. 3 minutes on the clock. It's going to be tough, but they can do it.
Boy, and the weather's not helping. The wind has shifted where it was, going the other way. Now it's going behind the Bears' back right now. That's going to be tough, especially if Altamont tries to put it in the air coming back here. If they can just hold them, possibly.
2nd and 2.
To a field goal or to nothing.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 with 2:53. They're going to do it again to this left side. Strong, juking and jiving. He brings it back to midfield. Good enough for the first down. And if they can just hold on to the ball, that'll probably be close to the ball game.
The difference of the game is that holding call. We saw the replay. Didn't look like any Altamont Longhorn held. Before he goes in for a touchdown, they wave it off. We lose 10 yards. We don't score. Go for it on 4th down. And right now, Brian, at 24-20, that's the points. That's the difference in the ball game.
1st and goal now. It's within the 10-yard lines. They're going to drop the chains. 1st and goal for the Bears.
2:24 left. The clock is running.
Altamont should keep their chin high. They've been a hard-fought game. I don't think anybody expected them to do as well as they did. They've held this Bear offense to very few yards and even fewer touchdowns than they're used to.
Yeah, the Bears aren't going to forget their first trip to Altamont. They got a whole lot of red on their helmet right now.
I believe they're going to call a timeout here to try to stop the clock. There's a chance that they could get the ball back, and they're going to give all the chances. Might as well call every timeout they have.
Yep, don't leave them on the board. They don't do you any good there.
So what are you thinking for players of the game? You said you had a few up your sleeve. Which ones were you thinking?
Well, Foy's a stud. That guy had a heck of a game, and he about single-handedly had him in the game. I was a little bit hard on Dylan Lindsay at the beginning, but he had some plays out there on isolation, against taller, faster people that was impressive. He had a heck of a game.
I was going to say that offensive line, we talk a lot about Kyle Foy there, which you don't want to take anything away from him, but without those lead blocks from Goodrich and the offensive line, he wouldn't be able to do what he does.
Well, you think about what Blake Thompson did coming in. Heck, he had to switch jerseys so he could play on the line. Normally wears 13, have an injury to Riley Foy, and he's all of a sudden, he's a force. He's had a couple of deep penetrations. I wonder if we could talk the Vernal twin or the Roosevelt twin into getting the offensive line, all five of them, a good set of tickets.
Wonder if my films.
They're strong, and
not enough. He's up and in.
Yeah, that's strong, and he runs standing up in the end zone, doesn't get taken down until he's 7 yards deep in the end zone.
6 points for the Bears.
10-point lead with 2 minutes. It's going to take a miracle. Do you believe in miracles, Brian?
Yes, sir. They get the ball back, return it all the way on the kickoff, then kick it onside, get the ball back, and come back and kick a field goal. It'll happen. But they're lining up for the extra point, trying to make a 1 point harder deficit. It'll be a 5 point if they make this, which so far they've been perfect. Snap is down, it's up, and good.
I've seen crazier things.
Said 5 points. I guess they don't even need to do an extra. They won't even need to do an onside kick. They just return this kickoff for a
let's get a
touchdown.
Let's get a touchdown on the kickoff, and let's get an onside kick.
Yeah.
I've seen crazier things happen. 10 and 11 points is not insurmountable. We're going to take a little break. Hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be back here in just a few seconds.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah who were unable to obtain electric service from a private power company. The cooperative philosophy involves working together for the common good by providing a service that is beneficial to all. Moon Lake Electric is owned by those it serves and is a valuable community partner. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
We're back. 2 minutes, 1 second left. It's been a battle all night. The first half, the Bears made the bigger mistakes. The second half, the Longhorns have. On a touchdown, we would have scored and gone up by 3 points. They call a holding penalty. Instead of 27-24, it's 24-20.
Oh, out of the end zone. So they're going to bring it back to the 20-yard line. They'll start from there. They got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and then after a couple of defensive stops on both sides, then the Bears come back. We have the 1 penalty, gave them an extra 15 after they got a first down. Then Strong goes into the end zone, basically standing up. Now we're down by 11. It's going to take a lot.
It's going to take a lot. But like I said, stranger things. They call a timeout again.
Unfortunately, when you're a ground control offense like this, 2 minutes isn't enough time. You have to kind of stray from the formula a little bit. We haven't had the quick strike plays that we saw a couple of times happen for the Bears. But if they've got anything in their book, now's the time to pull it out.
Yeah, pull out all the stops. Coach is talking it over and maybe saying that. He said, guys, we fought hard. We're not going to give up yet. We can still put 7 more on the board. All these teams that Summit has come across, I think they've shut them out. So
yeah, that's something
said,
right there.
Welcome to the jungle. The region play is a little bit harder than those non-region games that they've been playing.
Well, we're talking to the Bears coaches, and their quarterbacks, he's almost a little rusty because they get up by so many points in the first period that he's not playing anymore.
Yeah,
and they took a punch on the chin here.
Oh, almost picked off there off his helmet.
Ooh. Boy, and right when he threw, his arm almost got hit. And this is a little bit out of the formula for for the Longhorns.
They don't have a choice. Like you said, they got to go for it. Right off his helmet.
Yeah.
That mirror drill, the guy's in front of you, that's hard catch.
Yeah, you lose sight of that ball coming across. And it got through as a catchable ball. Foy's strength is obviously coming out, getting the ball when he's got a head full of steam coming across the line. But
2nd and 10 from the 20 for the Longhorns. Clock at 1:56. They got double out to each side. One running back for protection. Throws it across the middle. Broken up. Almost intercepted. Are they going to call it a catch? No, they're saying it hit the ground.
Hit the turf. I do want to mention that the DVD and Blu-ray copies to tonight's game and all season long are available. Go to www.vtvchannel6.com or call 781-1902 for your copy. I've been giving those as gifts to some of the guys I know that are out there playing. They love them. Those kids, they get a DVD copy of their game, and they remember the play. They remember the time they blew up the quarterback or that they, and they'll zip right to it and they'll call me, oh, man, that was great,
Oh, play action outside. Oh, not able to bring it down. So they're going to go 4th down right here.
And Goodrich is a little bit slow coming up. He's holding that left wrist a little bit tenderly.
Kind of fall on that?
Yeah, he kind of trying to catch up to that ball. It was just a hair out in front of him.
Oh, just get it just a little bit. 4th and 10 now from the 20-yard line.
1 minute, 46 seconds left. So we never did settle on a player of the game.
I don't know. Like I said, they got a few options there. Even Riley Foy, he's got nothing but time on his hands now.
Yeah,
maybe he want to watch a movie.
He could call up one of those girls that are down there on the cheerleader line and say, hey, I don't have to go to practice. You want to go to the show?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, last play here. They're going to air it out. Oh, yeah. Oh,
right where it needed to
in his
be.
hands,
Yeah,
man.
and he's mad at himself. He knew he had a catch, and he dropped it. Good show of sportsmanship. Strong came over. And that's going to be it. There's 1 minute 40 seconds left, so we do have some game time left. 31-20. The Bears came into Altamont. They got punched on the chin. They bounced back here in the second period. They scored the points they needed to win. It looks like they're probably going to go home with the victory.
Yeah, if it was only a 24-minute game, we would have had them in the first half. But they came back and, like you said, they didn't know what hit him in that first half, but they've come back and regrouped and shut down that run with that 5-man front and went to the air, and our secondary just could not hang with them, and all that speed and that height was just too much for us. So they're going to try to rub salt in the wound and try to go for 6 more as we march down now, 1:30 as the clock goes down. So I don't know, Mark.
Well, let's get the Roosevelt twin on the line. See if they'll give it to that offensive line. That's 10. 10 tickets. That'd be 20 tickets, huh? 2 each?
You might burn up
10 tickets. So I can't do math.
You're gonna burn up our whole operating budget right there, buddy.
Yeah, geez.
One game. We're gonna have to call and cancel the rest of the games.
Maybe we're gonna have to go to one of the. Let's go to one of the players out here in the field. Who would you pick for the player of the game? And we'll see if we can get him close to the microphone. Come right over here.
Oh, and it's getting for 6. Another 6 with Strong there.
Yeah, Strong gets another touchdown.
Which one of your fellow players would you choose for tickets?
I have no idea.
Oh, that helps. Come on.
You like
Kyle?
Drake Knight, number 50, but wasn't playing tonight.
Drake. Junior, are you really 140 pounds? You padding your stats?
No, I'm like 140. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? We were thinking, Kyle always has a good game. Blake did a lot of good today. We also see a lot from Goodrich. Which one of those do you think had a good night?
You see Kyle like that every game, but Blake really stepped it up tonight, so I'd give it to him.
There you go. Blake Thomas, the man who threw off his number 13, put on the 54. Give it to Blake Thomas. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's
Great night
a
there.
great call. I mean, a guy that can be that universal, you know, get in there, get right up in the line, mix it up with the big fellas. Well,
this looks like it's a little bit deeper than before. They have a penalty on that
yeah,
call?
they had an unsportsmanlike penalty. The call was unsportsmanlike for not taking a knee. No, that's not really true. But
that sounds unsportsmanlike. I was going to say, what?
Yeah, they had the
no
victory.
Good.
And
that's the first time it was no good all night. 55 seconds left in this game. Like you said, it would have been. That would have been, you know, if they would have just taken a knee and this game would have been over, but they rubbed it in with 6, so it is what it is.
Yeah, so the karma gods got even with them and pushed that wide left. So they're going to go home licking their wounds with the 37-20 victory. That's the lowest margin of victory for the Bears all season. Again, like I say, they won't forget their first trip up to Altamont.
Yeah, Altamont's got a few games coming up. They still got a good season ahead of themselves. Like I said, this is the first region game.
When I say this is a springboard here.
Yeah, they had so much to build on. They're going to go to Rich. They can go at Rich. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Altamont. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. They're going to go Diamond Ranch. That is their next game. Then they got Carbon, then Rich here at home. Monticello at home. So they got a lot of good games. Like I said, then following that last game is Duchesne.
Wednesday, October 17th, just before the UEA break. That's always a fun game. Again, thanks to our crew that came out, helped us out. Camera operators, Devin Allred, Danny McKenna, Alex Munson. Graphics, Dave Ryan. Audio and video support, Gerald Davies. Network engineer and live stream, Brent Simmons. Director and producer, Dale Allred. My name is Mark Mason. With me was Brian Nilsson. We've got 55 seconds left.
What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to take a knee, or do you think they're going to try to air it out and try to get something?
I always hate to see something bad happen. You know, there's nothing.
Looks there in the I formation. They're going to give it to Foy up the middle.
Yeah, and he does what he does. He gets past that first guy, you know, and
40 seconds left on the clock. Second at about 4 now. There's going to be a unsportsmanlike on the side of the Bears.
Well, they got John at each other. I saw it happen. You know, Foy got stood up and he started talking, and one of the Bears started talking, and it's
hard. How many penalties is it? Dave, you kept track of how many penalties in this whole game? I think we've had more penalty timeouts than we've had actual game time on this thing. It's 15.
15 yards.
1st and 10 now. Foy to the outside, trying to, turn around. Don't want to twist an ankle there. Sometimes you get wrapped up. So it's 23 seconds. That's going to be about it for this game. So, folks, we appreciate you tuning in this live streaming on Strata Web View, and it's probably going to be rebroadcast here on VTV Channel 6.
Yeah, you can watch this at any time. You can pull it up, watch it at the www.strata.tv. It's fun. They've got all sorts of programming.
That's the game, folks. Well, Altamont did good. They got a lot, like you said, springboard off of right here. They fought hard. They came out to a team that was obviously overmatched, and they were able to hang with them, go ahead most of the time.
Yeah, you look at this. We had 17 first downs to their 13. You know, we only had 7 penalties to their 85 for 85 yards. They had 11 penalties for 135. Altamont actually controlled this game.
Yeah.
Time of possession was theirs.
It's some tough breaks.
Unfortunately, they had the tough breaks. There's the schedule that's the remaining year. Join us for all those games. It's a lot of fun to be here. I want to thank Strata Networks for putting this on. It's one of the great parts of living in this community, the support and the community involvement that all of these companies have. Thank our sponsors again, Strata Network's presentation of UNA High School football action, sponsored by CrossFit, Ashley Regional Medical Center, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Western Petroleum, Techris Design, Dan's Tire. We're going to say goodnight, folks. I'm My name's Mark Mason. With me was Brian Nielsen. We'll see you next game.
Tonight's game coverage is presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, and Western Petroleum.